Good evening, everybody. Welcome to First Responder Broadcast's presentation of Georgetown Eagle Football live here on the SHN Sports YouTube channel. I'm Wally Harmon. Tonight, alongside Doppler Dave and Holden Tuma. Kelly Duvall is out tonight, so we will try to make do without the corny comments and the side shots delivered so well by our sidekick, Kelly Duvall. And then we've got the best crew in town, our producer who makes it all happen, my wife, Jerry Ann Harmon, and our two amazing videographers. And Jolissa and Heath, thank you so much for being here live with us tonight. Georgetown's second district home game of the season, and it's a big one. It is against the Rouse Raiders. And Holden, maybe the best test this team is going to face since Belton and losing to Belton, a Copper Cove team that was athletic, but a lot of talent coming in under this quarterback, London Morgan. Bend, don't break is maybe the offensive strategy tonight. What's your thoughts in kicking off this game?
You summed it up perfectly. The mantra that I've really thought about this whole week is the fact that this is the best test for this Georgetown defense in particular since Belton. And obviously we know how that Belton game went. This is going to be a massive referendum moment for this group. How much have they truly grown and improved, in particular against the pass, because they're going to be tested in every single aspect of play action, short game, long game down the field. This defense is going to have to rise up to the challenge here tonight.
We get ready tonight. The Rouse Raiders come in 2-3 on the season, 0-2 in district play, while Georgetown comes in 4-1 overall and one of three undefeated teams in District 8. It's also combined with Cedar Park and Eastview. Where does that come into play, Holden? Eastview and Georgetown will do battle next week here at Burkle Backfield on the campus of Georgetown High School in the Battle of the San Gabriel, the Crosstown Classic, whatever you want to call it. Both teams could come in here 5-1 and undefeated in district. It depends on what Eastview could do against Cedar Park tonight. A tough test for them, a tough test from Georgetown. How healthy can both of these teams come out for that head-to-head matchup next week?
And you don't want to ever look too far ahead into the future, but that is obviously going to be on the minds of these players, the biggest rivalry of the season. I mean, maybe outside of Cedar Park, just because of some more competitive balance there. But like you said, Eastview this year, they've really come out to play. They've really improved these last couple years. They're building something major into that next week's game. And if they can pull off that win tonight, we're looking at an undefeated in-district matchup, big rivalry. I expect the stands to be packed for that one, but I expect the stands to be packed for this one too, because this Rouse team is going to be bringing the heat tonight, trying to get their season back on track.
We get ready to go down to the sideline. Doppler Dave, what's up, buddy? How's it down on the field?
It is absolutely beautiful down here, Wally and Holden. It is 84 degrees. The humidity is like 34%. It's amazing. It feels perfect. There's not a cloud in the sky. The atmosphere is great. It's a long holiday weekend, so we hope people will come out to the game. We've got the fall break going on right now, but it's going to be a blackout game tonight. So the black uniforms and everybody in the stands is supposed to be wearing black. So great atmosphere tonight here at Burkle Backfield. And to add to some of y'all's commentary, I was thinking that both offenses are really good, and it's going to be interesting to see which defense flinches first.
Dave, can I mention it? Congratulations in order to yourself.
Thank you very much.
Becoming engaged today
Yes.
to your beautiful bride-to-be, Catherine.
That's right. She said yes.
And man, we are all just excited for that. I mean, but congratulations to you and Catherine. We are excited. Our own Doppler Dave putting a ring on it, and
Thank
so
you.
it'll
And happy birthday.
Dave's cut off the rest of the night. He's going to be out celebrating. Dave, as this team, you saw him go through warm-ups right now. What's the mode? In the first 2 weeks of district play, this Georgetown Eagle team has played with an intensity that we didn't see in games 1, 2, and 3. They get the bye week. They come out with a fire in their eyes and in their play against Leander to avenge that loss last year and then put it on Chaparral last Thursday. What was the fire like? What was that intensity like tonight in warm-ups for the Eagles?
They seemed very focused. You could see a look in their eyes like this game is very important to your Eagles. They are intense tonight. So I think they realize how important this district game is. You know, Georgetown's 2-0. Rouse is hungry for a win, and they would love to come in here and spoil this night here in Georgetown. And I think Georgetown players are very intense tonight.
Kelly had an opportunity to talk to Coach Griffin earlier in the week. Let's go now live to that interview and hear what Coach Griffin had to say about last week and looking forward to the Rouse Raiders.
We welcome the Countdown to Kickoff head coach Chuck Griffin. Coach, thanks for joining us as always.
Hey, thanks, Kelly. Glad to be here.
Hey, congratulations on the win last week. A really good win. And from our perspective, anyhow, seemed like maybe the most complete victory of the season so far.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think we played really well in all three phases of the game and, did a good job taking care of our business. So excited about where we are and how well we're playing.
One thing that really stood out in this game was previous games this season. There's been some issues with some of the special teams, but it really looked like
Yeah.
special teams came together in this game.
Yeah, they did a really good job. We stressed some things the week before, some issues we had, and man, the kids did perform really well on Friday.
Chaparral tried to throw some things, but especially on the defensive side for Georgetown, the defense was really successful at shutting down Chaparral. Talk about their performance in the game on Friday night.
Man, just tremendous job all the way around. Our guys just played well. They got lined up well and played fast and played to the ball. And really excited about how well they performed.
Offensively, offense was rolling. It
Yeah.
did a really good job of taking advantage of what Chaparral gave them. How about the offensive side? What'd you see there?
Man, just watching, we got a lot of guys scoring points, and you had 1, 2, 3, 4 receivers score touchdowns. I think 6 or 8 different guys catch the football, 4 receivers touchdown, 2 running backs score touchdowns. So man, that's great. We're spreading the wealth out a little bit, and that's good.
So again, you got the advantage of being able to play some younger players because of the score differential that we saw in there. Of those players that have started to come in those circumstances, who are you seeing some real growth in?
I think you see some growth, and this is not coming in. He's starting for us. He's playing a lot as Braden Bratton has played really well the last couple of weeks. Caleb McDougal keeps getting better. Zach Guyton is doing really well for us, has been all year long. So, watching those guys have some success and get in there and do some really good things is awesome to see. And, defensively, just watching Johnny Decker come on this year, and of course he's starting for us too. But a young guy who's getting to play a lot and he's doing really well. You'll see Ethan Casey and De'Eric Jones playing a little bit on the D line in some of those situations that are growing up too.
What did you see overall that tells you as the head coach that the progress is being made? Of course, there's always you want to continue to progress, but what do you see that gives you some confidence that progression will continue?
I think we'll see. We had great effort at practice last week. That was big. Just an effort might be the wrong word, but focus is a good term. Just practicing really well and then going out and performing well. If our kids can mentally tie those two things together, then we got an opportunity to be pretty good and get better as we go.
Well, at this point in the season, you start getting to the time where grades start to they don't always matter, but the grading session shows up and a lot of distractions out there. How have the kids been able to stay focused?
That's just a constant thing we got to worry about and think about and it's, it should be, they got to take care of the classroom first. And so we stress that and try to get those. Obviously, grading time is big because there's high stress, high anxiety, poor sleep, that kind of stuff that happens when the teachers are, you got 4 tests on Thursday because everybody's trying to cram everything in. That's always tough on our kids. But our kids are resilient. They got good, for the most part, they got really good home life and parents helping them out as well. And so our kids are doing a good job just taking care of business and being available and being ready to play and being focused when they're out here.
With all the conversations that I've been fortunate to have with you, I have noticed through the years the emphasis that you guys place on the academic. These kids are students first.
Yeah.
How do you as a staff help these kids get focused on maintaining their grades?
Yeah, it's just a point of emphasis for us all the way around. We talk about that all the time. Our teachers feel comfortable here in our school and our community about coming to us about issues. We know there's kids that we got to check on more often than other kids. So we check on those kids and try to help them out and make sure that they progress where they need to and get better where they need to. And so, I just think that's a big part of who we are and what we do. I think last year our team GPA was 3.35, and that's pretty substantial, for 250 kids. So, we want to try to push that as much as we can.
So the Rouse Raiders are coming to town this week. The first of 3 games where you don't have to climb on the Yellow Dogs.
Yeah.
One's technically a road game, but still at GISD Athletic Complex. What are you looking for this week against Rouse?
Coach Mann does a tremendous job. They're good. They're a good football program. He's been there a long time, and he always does a great job coaching and putting a great team on the field. So they're going to be coached really well. London, their quarterback, is a special player, and he definitely makes them go. Very special young man, and does a great job. So, we're going to have to contain him and a couple of their receivers and try to get them all boxed in and make sure we can tackle those guys and we don't let those guys out. And then offensively, we got to continue to take care of our business. Can't turn the ball over. Got to put points on the board. And we want to get drives, and every drive in and a kick, so that's that's big for us this week. It's just continuing to get better. And we've talked about that. Like, we want the Georgetown Eagles to be better. Yeah, we're playing Rouse, and that's big, and we got things to game plan and work on, but we need to grow and get better this week as we do every week.
Really, one of the things that has stood out over these past 2 weeks especially is that defensive side. And with a mobile quarterback like Rouse has, I have seen that assignments are now much more consistently being taken care of. That's got to give you some confidence facing a quarterback like you'll face Friday night.
Yeah. We feel good about our kids and our team and how well they're playing. And we just know that he's a pretty outstanding player himself. So the big deal is for us is we can't get lost in the fact that he's going to make some plays. I mean, the guy's going to be a Division I football player. I think he's going to Navy. And so, I mean, he's going to make plays in the football game, and we can't lose sight that those things are going to happen, and just continue to show back up play after play, and try to contain him and try to make more plays than he does.
This week, folks who attend the game in person will see a reflection, if you will, to the loss of one of our own from Georgetown. What tell us about that?
Just special young man. I actually do think, or I'll say this, we're going to actually move that to the Glen game.
Okay.
Jason's parents are going out of town this weekend and won't be able to be here at the game. But Jason was a big part of our program, Jason Pennington, and we lost Jason about a year ago in an automobile accident. And he had some kids with him that are members of our team as well, and that were there that night. And so, man, it's a big part of our team. And anytime you lose somebody, it's tough. And when you lose somebody that's as young and vibrant and part of a program like this, it's a really big deal. So we want to celebrate him and celebrate his life and how well our kids are doing that are moving on in remembrance of him. And we want to celebrate that and just try to provide some positive feedback for those kids that are here and for his parents and family as well.
We'll talk a little bit more about that in a couple of weeks. So appreciate that. Who were your standout players last week?
Obviously, Caleb McDougal played really good again. Braden Bratton and Xavier Warren both played really well. Jet played good again. Couple, over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Ryan Mishcott was our offensive lineman of the week. Tennyson Dean up front on us and for our defense, and then Gavin Smith at linebacker. Kid Erickson played really well on the back end, and then Reagan Bollinger played well. He's our code blue player of the week. Had a cause fumble on special teams and had a cause fumble on defense and made some big plays. And then our GTDNA player of the week was Braylon Westfall. Played offense, scored a touchdown, played defense, and then as our punted twice for us and flipped the field for us.
Well, Coach, as always, we appreciate your time. We're looking forward to the ball game, and best of luck.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Kelly. Thank you, guys.
Folks, that's head coach Chuck Griffin. Countdown to kickoff will continue right after this.
Blair Hogue with the Hogue team of Fairway Independent Mortgages, your local lender. With over 22 years of experience, Blair and his team are here to guide you through every step of your home journey. Whether you're buying, refinancing, or pulling equity out for debt consolidation or home improvements, when you think mortgage, think Blair Hogue with the Hogue team. We are conveniently located on the square in Georgetown. Visit us today or call 512-717-9912 and let's get started on your path to home ownership.
Holden's first half stats, the third quarter, and post-game wrap-up are brought to you by Graham & Sons Land and Cattle. Graham & Sons is a cow-calf operation here in Central Texas, growing calves, cotton, corn, and wheat for commercial customers. Austin Graham and his team of crazy cowboys and cowgirls produce some of the best-tasting meat the First Responder Broadcasting team has ever eaten. Thank you, Graham & Sons, for your support of our broadcast of Georgetown Eagle Football.
Back live here at Burkleback Field as we get ready for tonight's ball game. The Rouse Raiders, 2-3 on the year, 0-2 in district play, come in to take on the Georgetown Eagles, who sit at 4-1 and 2-0 in district play. And Coach Griffin talks about it. He continually talks about you can go through a win, you can win 56-7, but there's always something to work on. And these kids continue to buy in. These kids continue to grow and make improvements. But I think the one thing that stuck out in the biggest improvement for me, Dave, was and Holden, is the special teams play last week was just a game changer. Those kids played with a passion and didn't let anything in the sense of special teams hurt this team.
Yeah, and in particular, just the bounce back from the prior week. The fact that they were able to go from a game where Leander had a kick return touchdown, a game that they were averaging almost 30 yards a kick return, to go from that into a game where they only allowed 8 yards a kick return, no massive special plays on special teams. That it was such a testament to the coaching staff to get the ship right whenever they see some falters from that side of the ball. But man, they were really playing well.
The Georgetown Eagles out of the locker room here, and they'll make their way across the stands down today with Coach Griffin.
Coach, with what feels like such a very big, important district game, Rouse is looking for a win. What are your keys to the game?
Man, we got to line up right, take care of the football, and we got to take care of number one.
And your message to the team tonight?
Let's go win.
Yes, sir. Good luck.
Away, and now we'll go to the starting lineup for your Georgetown Eagles. Brought to you by Oak Ridge Disciple House. The Georgetown starting lineup will go this way. I believe I messed it up. We'll figure it out. We'll come back to it. The Georgetown Eagles coming across the middle of the stands right now. Blacked out uniforms for Georgetown tonight. Black pants, black jerseys. White numerals on the front and back of the jerseys, EFND in capital block print lettering and white outline of Georgetown blue on the Eagle jerseys tonight, with the white helmets and G-Town in script lettering across the right and left sides of the white helmets for Georgetown tonight. The Rouse Raiders come in with the black pants, white jersey, gold numerals outlined in maroon, the black helmets with the double R logo on top of the state of Texas outline of the black helmets for the visitors, the Rouse Raiders. Rouse comes in under, I lost it here for a second, we'll get it back, head coach Joshua Mann. And Coach Griffin talked about it, Holden, about the buy-in that Coach Mann has in this Rouse Raider program and the effect that he had his play calling and having that quarterback in London Morgan. A lot of things for this Eagle defense to think about tonight. Dave, your thoughts on this defense? Ever since we keep talking about it, ever since that Coppers Cove second half, take away the turnover at the 7-yard line on the downed punt and giving up that touchdown. Since that point, this defense has just played a different style of football all season than they did in the first 2.5 games.
Defensive players come into their own and really grow up and maturity, the better play, and they're taking this on themselves. It's not last year's defense, it's them this year. But that is my curiosity about this game. I know our offense, Caleb can distribute the ball. He's the bus driver. We've got great running backs. Our offense will score. Rouse's offense, like Holden and I were talking about before the game off mic, Rouse can score too. So this could be a shootout. So which defense is going to be able to handle things, and can Georgetown's defense contain senior London Morgan? That's what I'm watching for tonight.
Georgetown comes into the ballgame averaging 40.4 points a game on the season, but in their 2 district ball games, averaging 57 points a game, only allowing 17 points a game defensively in district, 20 points per game on the season. The Rouse Raiders come in district play, averaging 36.5 points in their 2 losses, but then they are allowing 48.5 points defensively. And so an opportunity here for Georgetown offense to kind of go after this Rouse defense and see what they can expose, see how they can take advantage of the Rouse Raider defense as they are giving up 48.5 points in each ball game in the 2 losses in district play. Other matchups tonight for District 8. Georgetown and Rouse here at Georgetown High School. Eastview on the road at Cedar Park. Lake Belton playing host to the Glen Grizzlies. And the Chaparral Bobcats on the road to take on the Leander Lions. Next week's the big matchup that Georgetown always looks forward to, but they can't look forward to it too soon. This ball game held in with Rouse, they can't look past this one. As much fun as they're looking forward to in that battle with Eastview, the battle of the San Gabriel, the Crosstown Classic, they can't overlook this Rouse Raider team or it'll bite them.
And I have faith in the coaching staff to instill that exact same message. I expect they haven't even mentioned the name Eastview yet in that locker room because they're completely focused on the week-to-week. Like you mentioned, that second half against Coppers Cove, you take away the touchdown that Coppers Cove got when they started with the ball at the 7, and this whole team, not just the defense, has played with a different intensity and a different energy, and I think that's going to carry over tonight.
From the Liberty Battalion presents the colors for tonight's game.
Colors are being presented live here at Georgetown High School as we prepare for tonight's national anthem at Georgetown High School.
Please join us as we honor all of these brave men and women who have served or are currently serving our country at home and abroad with the singing of our national anthem, performed by GHS choir member Anna Brown.
Back here, Burkle backfield. Before we get ready for the coin toss, Dave, your final thoughts. Georgetown has to do one thing to win this game. What is that? Uh-oh, Dave can't hear me. Dave's out. All right, hold it. Your thought. What's one thing Georgetown has to do tonight to win this ball game over Rouse?
They have to protect the football. Rouse's offense is way too lethal and dynamic to give them short fields where they can score easily. If Georgetown is able to limit the turnovers, they only have 3 all season, I think this offense can continue to work at a high efficient level and allow them to at least score enough points in the game if their defense happens to falter.
The captains head out to midfield to meet with the referee and the umpire for the Rouse Raiders. Number 15, Reed Henson. And I lost their numbers. There we go. Number 1, of course, is the quarterback, London Morgan. They turn sideways to the crowd mic.
Henson. 92, Tyler Miller. And captains for the Eagles are number 11, Cole Mitchell. Number 17,
gentlemen, it's going to be a great night for football. Represent your school, represent your town, represent the game, okay? We're going to have a great night, okay? So as we know, the coin toss already happened, right? So we're going to go through. Georgetown has won the toss and elected to receive. Rouse will be taking from the scoreboard. We should tell each other good luck. Come on, have a great game.
So the Georgetown Eagles win the coin toss, and they will elect to receive. The captains tonight for Georgetown, number 21, Jihad Abdunur, number 28, Jet Walker, number 17, Gus Papa Constantino, and number 11, Cole Mitchell. Georgetown, the All Blacks, will get ready to drop back to receive the kick. They'll be receiving from the north end zone. Rouse will kick off here in the first half from the south end zone. Georgetown will send back. You know who's going to be back deep and how important that is. You'll see him kick away from him, Holden. One thing that we haven't gotten a lot of opportunity to witness was returns from Xavier Warren. Nobody wants to give the speedster a chance to return a kick. He's the lone receiver back tonight for Georgetown here in this opening kickoff.
And it has to be emphasized early that Georgetown winning this toss is big because, like you mentioned, we both expected both teams wanted the ball first because of how dynamic their offenses are. So the fact that Georgetown won that toss and will give their offense a chance to go down and score and go up early, that's an very early win for this Eagle team.
Georgetown loves to take that opening kickoff. They win it again for the 3rd week in a row. And Xavier Warren stands currently at about his 17-yard line to receive this kickoff from the Rouse Raiders. The kick will come off of the foot of the, thought it was number 80.
It's 85.
Number 85. It's not number 25, the kicker. It's number 85. Ike Reimenschneider will kick it away for the Raiders from the middle of the 40-yard line, and we are underway here at Burkle backfield. It'll bounce at the 20, taken by Jet Walker. He's going to come near side, outruns a man, gets to the 20, now backwards, hit and dropped. A nice kick coverage there for the Rouse Raiders. The tackle made by number 5 for the Raiders, Tyler Casella, the sophomore wide receiver. And Georgetown will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line to open up the ball game here tonight against the Rouse Raiders. Caleb McDougall, your starting quarterback, will bring the Eagles out.
A heck of a tackle there on special teams. You don't see the first guy usually make a tackle on Walker like that when he's got ahead of steam. So big shout out to that Rouse special teams answering the bell with a one-on-one tackle to stop that kick return going any further.
One receiver right, one left. Herman, the tight end, moves to the left end of the line. Walker to the left of McDougall. Snap back, hand it to Walker, right side. Cuts back, left, hits the 20 to the 21. They'll spot him forward to the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3. They spotted the start of the series at the 19-yard line. So that'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Eagles.
And I do expect to see a hefty dose of running the football here just to try to slow this game down. The problem with airing it out like we know the Eagles can do, you potentially give Rouse a lot more possessions to go score with.
McDougall on the near side hash mark. Now we'll send Walker out in the flat. 3 receivers right, 2 left. Snap back, quick pass out in the flat. There's Warren about the 23, 25, up past the 30, and that'll be enough for a borrow from Morrow. 1st down up to the 31-yard line of Georgetown. A quick play there to your speedy receiver, Xavier Warren.
Get the ball to playmakers in space. That's been Georgetown's biggest offensive philosophy throughout this season. You just get McDougal the ball, a quick release to a guy who's open in the flats, and make him get yards after catch. And Xavier Warren's the best kid on this team at doing that, exactly that.
11 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Georgetown has it 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Walker to the left of McDougal, near side hash mark. Clap of the hands, ball back, roll left, looking left, pressure, dumps it out in the flat. Xavier, he'll make a man miss at the 30, 35, and then dance out of bounds past the 35-yard line and be marked out of bounds at the 37. That'll be a gain of 6, bring up 2nd and 4 for the Georgetown Eagles.
Once again, just getting the ball in the flat to a playmaker. He makes the first man miss, and 6 yards after contact there. Now instead of 2nd and 10, 2nd and 4. And that is why you just got to get the ball to these guys, these absolute weapons on the outside, and let them go to work.
2 receivers right, 1 left for the Eagles. Running backs on either side of McDougal on the far side hash mark on 2nd and 4. Snap back. Fake the handoff. Pass out in the flat. Catch made by Braden Britton. He'll split defenders and get up past the 45 to the 46-yard line. And another borrow for Morrow, first down. A great quick pass there to the speedy sophomore Braden Bratton. He has come on like a wildfire the last 2 weeks. We've called that name over and over. Another weapon for McDougal, and it makes his first impact here, picking up a big first down.
And I mentioned on the show, G-Time Breakdown, that this is a name you have to remember going forward. He's just a sophomore, like you mentioned, but the fact that he's come on and earned the trust of this team so early is very telling.
2 receivers left, 1 right, near side hash mark. Snap back. Handed up, right side. Nope, pass across the middle, and Xavier Warren, uncharacteristic, bobbles that one and drops it for the incompletion. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. I thought Guyton got the handoff. A great fake there by McDougal, but an incompletion brings up a 2nd and 10 from the Georgetown 46-yard line.
And this offense does love to run RPOs. I think that is when they're at their best, whenever they've established the run game, and then they can force that defense to be wrong because you allow McDougal to make the choice of whether it's going to be a run or a pass.
2 receivers right, 2 left. 2nd and 10 from the 46. Guyton to the left of McDougal. Snap back. McDougal, quick pass out in the flat. Catch made there, and Xavier Warren makes up with it. Makes up for the drop. He makes a diving catch right at midfield. That'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 3rd and 7 now, or 3rd and 6 now for the Eagles.
And that was an incredible catch. He looked like he didn't see the ball coming until maybe the last second, and he laid all the way out there along the sideline, got some sort of body part inbounds to save this offense from getting in a 3rd and 10 situation, now just in 3rd and medium.
3rd and 6 from the midfield stripe. 9:35 remaining. 1 receiver left, 1 right. Now, T-Row in motion to the left. McDougal drops back. Swing pass out in the left flat. Westfall catches it. 50. Gets a block up past the 45. Drug out of bounds into Rouse territory. But another borrow for Morrow first down on a great catch and run by Braylon Westfall.
And he did take a crunch over there on that sideline. Glad to see he's up and okay. But once again, this offensive philosophy for the Eagles is very simple. You just get the ball to your best players and get them in space and allow them to create with the ball in their hands, and a big first down for the Eagles.
First down into Rouse territory at the 43-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Walker back in the backfield. Offsides on the defense. Nope, they don't pull the flag. Now they do. They're going to call offensive false start on the Eagles. And I think Braylon Westfall points to his chest and says, that one's on me. Dave, we got you back down there?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay. A big first down penalty for the Eagles puts them back at 1st and 15 now. All the way back to the 48-yard line of Rouse. 9:21 remaining here in the first quarter. Georgetown on their opening drive of the ball game. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Walker to the right of McDougal, far side hash mark. Clap of the hands. The line moves right, and here goes McDougal rolling right. Throws on the run, hangs it up. Bratton wide open. Catch made inside the 10. Borrow for Morrow, first down. McDougal hung it up, and Bratton went up and made the catch right before getting popped inside the 10-yard line. It's a 1st and goal inside the Graham & Sons red zone at the 8-yard line.
This kid is just so electric. He's got the speed. He's got the hands. I mean, he leaps up, gets the contact, holds on to the football. Man, what a play for this offense.
1st and goal from the 8. Dave, you were right down about that catch. But he didn't hear us. 1st and goal from the 8. McDougal, snap back. He'll hand it to Jet Walker. Goes left. Follows a blocker from T-Row. Cuts outside. A stiff arm. Touchdown, Georgetown. 8:39 remaining here in the first quarter, and Georgetown takes their opening drive 81 yards and punches it in on a Jet Walker 8-yard touchdown run to take the lead 6-0. And now the Georgetown special teams will see if they do the 2-point conversion, if they kick the field goal. Extra points and 2-point conversions are brought to you by Oak Ridge Disciple House. And now a unique formation here for the Eagles. McDougal in the backfield on this 2-point opportunity. Snap back to McDougal. Being blitzed, throws it wide open, but he overthrows it to his receiver, Zach Guyton, as he takes a shot in the backfield, and the 2-point conversion is no good. 8:38 remaining first quarter. Georgetown takes the first lead of the ball game. They lead it 6-0 over the Rouse Raiders. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Every first quarter this season is brought to you by Nathaniel Funk, your Leander, Georgetown, Edward Jones financial advisor at 1640 Highland Falls Drive, Suite 801, Leander, Texas 78641. Learn how he can help you with your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com/Nathaniel Funk for more.
Back live, Merkel backfield. Georgetown strikes first on their opening drive. Holden! Georgetown touchdown scoring drive summary.
Went 9 plays, 81 yards, took 3:17 off the clock, and that is the best outcome for this Eagle team. You wish you could get that 2-point conversion to go through, but getting the first drive, getting points on the board is what they love. They obviously love to have that lead and force the other team to play catch-up.
One thing I'm worried about is that extra point, but an asterisk by that, is that going to play in later because this is going to be an offensive shootout.
Teed up by Galaviz. Galaviz at kickoff. Far side, fielded at the 15 by the Raiders. Up past the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Splits defenders and off to the races. But Galaviz slows him down, and the tackle made into Georgetown territory. So the quick praise to this special teams comes back for a big return by the Rouse Raiders. And they have it 1st and 10 at the Georgetown 41 with 8:29 remaining here in the first quarter, and that's the first bend don't break, where now the defense is going to be pressured to start a series in their own territory.
And a big shout out to Galaviz for at least saving that touchdown there, because otherwise he's still running. But yeah, that's the kind of mistake Georgetown has to avoid if they want to be able to win this game, because you cannot give an offense this good a very short field.
London Morgan in the backfield has 1 receiver right, 3 left. Running back off to his right side, turn, pass out the right flat, catch made. On the far side and taken out of bounds immediately by Cade Erickson is number 3, Gavin Gaston, the senior wide receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd and 4 now for the Raiders. Quickly back to the line they go. In the backfield with Morgan is number 24, Anthony Reyes, the senior running back. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Morgan back under center now. He'll take the snap. Quick pass out in the flat. Catch made. 35, 30. And enough for a Rouse Raider first down. The catch made by number 6. That's Alfredo Lopez, the senior wide receiver. And the Raiders quickly back to the line. They line up quickly and then look to the sideline for the call. Morgan approaches, makes the call, and backs up. 7:45 remaining in the first quarter. Bunch formation here on the near side. Now under center again is Morgan. He'll put a man in motion, hands it off on the end around to number 4. He misses, breaks a tackle. He's being chased by Gavin Smith, and he'll make the tackle just before the end zone, all the way down to the 1-yard line. The run by Auburn Davis, the junior wide receiver running back, and Rouse has a first and goal at the Georgetown 1.
Looked like a little slot T offense there with Liberty Hill-ish.
Morgan will get up under center again. 2 running backs in I formation in the backfield. Morgan the snap, hands it to the up man, and they will push forward. And it'll be into the end zone. Touchdown Raiders. 7:11 remaining in the first quarter, and Rouse answers quickly to tie it up 6-6 with an opportunity to take the lead here. Dave, like you were talking about, does that extra point attempt going for the 2 come back to haunt you later in this ball game?
Yeah, I think points are going to be at a premium, guys, tonight.
On to attempt the extra point is Matthias Soka, the senior kicker. Snap is back, high snap, they get it down, the kick is up, and the extra point is good. 7:11 left in the first quarter, and it's 7-6. Rouse over the Georgetown Eagles. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Instant replays are brought to you by J. Byron Custom Homes. J. Byron Custom Homes is an established home builder that is expanding into more areas of Central Texas, including Georgetown, Cedar Park, Leander, Marble Falls, and more. Whether it's a new custom home or a remodel of an existing home, J. Byron can meet and exceed your expectations. With over 50 years of building experience, J. Byron Homes will work hard to see that you have the house you want to call home. J. Byron Custom Homes, exceptional craftsmanship with a personal touch. For more information, visit our website at jbyronhomes.com.
Back here, Burkle backfield after a Rouse touchdown, Holden.
Really what we expected. 4 plays, 41 yards, a minute 27 is all they needed to put 7 points on the board. But like we were talking about, you cannot give an offense this good a short field. They only had to go half the distance, and only took them 4 plays to do it. You've got to be able to keep them on the other side of the field with special teams and then not turn the ball over or get themselves behind the chains with penalties. All these self-inflicted wounds will definitely add up and come back to get them against a team this strong.
Ike Reimenschneider, common spelling on the Reimenschneider, the junior tight end, to kick it away for the Raiders. Now the Eagles will send 3 men back deep. On the near side, Weston Stewart in the middle. Xavier Warren on the far side is Jet Walker. Reimenschneider will kick a little pooch kick. Fielded. Dropped by Malachi Miller. He'll dive on it, and the Eagles will take over at their own 30-yard line. 1st and 10. As Malachi Miller takes the... they're going to mark him at the 31 where he dove on it first, and Georgetown will take over. So right there quickly back and forth in special teams alone, Dave. You have Georgetown not getting a good return. Rouse keeping them deep in their end zone, in their end of the field, and Georgetown's opening kick to the Raiders give them a short field. So special teams could come up big in this one. McDougal back out. In the shotgun, near side hash mark. 3 receivers left, none right. Walker to the left of McDougal. 7:08 remaining. Clap of the hand, snap back, hand it to Walker. Nope, pass out in the flat. Xavier Warren breaks a tackle, 35, and then taken down at about the 37-yard line. A gain of 6 will bring up 2nd and 4 for the Eagles.
And they've thrown the ball now 8 times just compared to just 2 runs. And I think a lot of these are RPO options that McDougal's pulling. But that's a dynamic you kind of have to pay attention to going forward, because those passes definitely have the chance, the opportunity to stop the clock and stall drives if they're not able to complete them.
Eagles will shift the formation. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Far side hash mark on 2nd and 4. Turn, hand it to Walker. Stumbles, clears up, and off to the races. Runs over a man into Rouse Raider territory. What a run there by Jet Walker. A borrow for Morrow first down to the Rouse 48-yard line.
And now I think coming into the season, Georgetown would usually play tempo here. They'd like to go quick. I'd like to see them try to slow things down. Against an offense that is this strong, you don't want to score so quickly that the game ends up going into the 70s, the 60s range. You want to slow things down and limit possessions.
McDougal has 3 receivers, wide right, 1 wide left. Snap back, McDougal looking left. He's got to take a one-on-one shot down the left sideline. The pass caught, and he gets deep his feet. The ball comes out. They're going to rule him down at the 1-yard line, and I believe it's Copeland Madre. What a job. He runs it down on a full run, and what a ball by Caleb McDougal. Hanging it out there, and it's a borrow for Morrow first down. First and goal for the Georgetown Eagles.
I mean, you could not have thrown it any better if he wanted to. I just completely caught him in stride. I really thought he was going to get in that end zone, but what a ball from Caleb McDougal on the far sideline.
5:44 remaining. Inside the Graham & Sons Landon Cattle red zone. The Eagles first and goal from the 1-yard line. 2 receivers right, none left. Now T-Row moves into the left end of the line. Snap back to McDougal. Hand it to Jet Walker up the middle. And he'll plow forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgetown. Georgetown wastes no time responding of a touchdown of their own to answer the Rouse Raiders score. And what a throw. Caleb McDougal, the highlight play there to Copeland Madre. He took the one-on-one shot. You had the 3 receivers to the right, Holden, and he took the one-on-one shot to Madre and hit pay dirt down to the 1. Eagles into a new formation again for the 2-point conversion, brought to you by Oak Ridge Disciple House.
And when Joe Walker has ran these 2 points, he has not been stopped.
Direct snap back to Walker, straight forward. The pile pushes forward, and Jet Walker is into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good. Surprised the flag didn't come out there between Walker and the defender.
I think he's just trying to get up, Wally.
5:28 remaining. Georgetown takes the lead, 14-7. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
For all the fly fishing, hunting, and outdoor enthusiasts, River and Ranch Provisions is your one-stop shop for the gear you need. River and Ranch offers a large selection of outdoors and hunting supplies. Cody, Brad, Sam, and Tim have put together a high-end outdoors outfitter with high-quality services to make everyone feel welcome and important, regardless of your experience level. Come see what we have to offer at 807 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown or visit our website at rrpgtx.com.
Back live, Burkle backfield. Georgetown scores again, and that means it's time for a hold on, Georgetown scoring drive summary.
And they were not going to be shown up by Rouse. Took them a minute 41. They went 69 yards in 4 plays, all set up by that bomb to Copeland Madre for 47 yards. Set up the 1-yard touchdown run by Jet Walker. 2 points is good, so Eagles are looking at another 7-point lead.
The Syntex shirt and embroidery kickoff. Liam Capra tees it up, and he'll kick it away for the Eagles. High, short kick. Fielded at the 25-yard line by the Raiders on a fair catch, and that's where they'll take over. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. 5:28 remaining here in the first quarter. But what a job by the Georgetown offense to answer the call of a challenge right punched in their face on the first go by the Raiders. And, man, Caleb McDougal, you love that look, and you love that pass and that trust. That Copeland Madre, we talk about it week after week, what he did in spring to come out and kind of just set himself as that number 2 receiver behind Xavier Warren, and that's where it brought you. He's that weapon that McDougal needs on the opposite side.
And not even just him. There are so many weapons that no matter what defense we're playing, they cannot focus on just a couple guys. They got to worry about everybody.
Morgan in the backfield, middle of the field, 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. 2 running backs on either side. Snap back. Morgan fakes the handoff. Pass out in the flat and too hard.
Tipped by 26.
Tyler Leininger gets the tip on the ball. And the incompletion brings up 2nd and 10.
Morgan does like to throw a lot of zip on these throws. That I saw that in warm-ups, and just right there, he really likes to sling it. And so those are going to be passes that will get to those receivers quickly, but a lot of the times, just like you saw there, a deflection by the defensive line definitely assisted in that incompletion, but those are tough catches to haul in.
Reyes offset to the right of Morgan. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Middle of the field on 2nd and 10. Morgan rolls right, looking left, throws it. There's a screen, and it should have been an illegal block. Then he dives on top of the defender.
If anything, I'm looking at pass interference because
offense, and it was an offensive receiver a lineman that touched it.
And Abner was making a play for the ball because he read the screen the whole way, and the lineman just goes up and clobbers him midair.
Well, the problem I have is the lineman can't be the first to touch a pass. And he's 10 yards down the field in that as well. So multiple fouls there. Nothing called. It's 3rd and 10. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Morgan in the shotgun. Reyes offset to his left. Clap of the hand. Snap back. It's low. Morgan up with it. He's going to run. He's got room. Up past the 30. Cuts back, and he's going to be tackled short of the first down. So a decision for Coach Joshua Mann here early in the ball game with 5:05 remaining in the quarter.
Smith on the tackle.
What a play there by Easton Smith. And he's going to stop Morgan 2 yards short of the first down, so it's 4th and 2, and they quickly send the punt team on for the Raiders.
And if they do punt this ball away and Georgetown's able to field it, that might be one of the few defensive stops we see today, and that's going to be an opportunity Georgetown has to capitalize on.
Ike Ryman-Schneider back to punt it away for the Raiders. Snap is back. Ryman-Schneider will get the punt away. High punt. It'll bounce at about the 35 of Georgetown over the head of Erickson. He'll let it go, and it's going to trickle to about the 25-yard line. About to go out of bounds, stopped by the Raiders. But that's where Georgetown will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. But you love the answer, Dave, from this defense. They gave up the touchdown on the short field to start. A good stop here to force a 3 and out.
You know, guys, I'm seeing a lot of pressure. They're respecting our defensive line and those edge rushers really well because they're wanting to get the ball out quickly. And that one throw that not Easton Smith, but 26.
Tyler Leininger.
He batted down. He was coming around the corner headed for the quarterback. I mean, they're coming so fast at these guys.
Back out on offense. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Walker to the right of McDougal, near side hash mark. Snap back, look right. Now roll left. Walker wide open in the flat. Dump to him. Running yards 15, 20 yards up the field. And Jet Walker runs over a man, knocked out of bounds at the 41-yard line. 16-yard gain, a borrow from Morrow first down. Quickly back to the line go the Eagles. 2 receivers right, 2 left. McDougal snap back, hand it to Walker. Coming right side. He's hit and stacked up. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Eagles.
Good response there by Rouse to stop that gain, that run for no gain. And one of my favorite numbers coming into this week was that Jet Walker's only lost 2 yards running the football the entire time he's touched it this season. So he's a very difficult guy to bring down. Big shout out to that defense for staying up on that play, forcing no gain, and now Georgetown finding themselves slightly behind the chains on 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 right. 2 running backs in the backfield on either side of McDougal. Hand it right side. Zach Guyton bottled up, splits defenders, and he's got to get all the way up right to the 45-yard line. Turned nothing into something. A nice run there by the sophomore Zach Guyton. And that'll make it a 3rd and 6 now for the Eagles.
He's got a flag on the far side.
Hold on the offense. So that'll brack up Georgetown. And actually will not repeat 3rd down. That'll repeat 2nd down. It'll be 2nd and 20 now for the Eagles on the 10-yard holding penalty. All the way back to the 31-yard line now. There we go. It is 2nd down, says the referee. 3:28 remaining here in the first quarter. Georgetown the 7-point lead, 14-7. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Guyton to the left of McDougal in the backfield. Snap back to McDougal, rolls left. Throwing on the run, out in the flat. Catch made up about the 37, up past the 40, almost back to the original line of scrimmage. Catch made there by number 4, Copeland Madre. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up 3rd and 11 now for the Eagles from their own 40-yard line.
And that's usually what offense is planned for. On long-distance situations, you want to get about half back. So you're not in a 3rd and massive. You're in a 3rd and long, but not 3rd and 20. 3rd and 11 here, much easier to convert. You might have some more plays drawn up to get 10 yards rather than 20.
Eagles will send 3 men wide right, 2 men left. Empty backfield for McDougal. Far side hash mark on 3rd and 11 from their own 40. Got to get to the 49 of the Raiders for the first down. McDougal a clap of the hands, ball back, looks left. Got to throw it across the middle. Catch made 45. Makes the man miss. Got to cut back, and now Westfall went a little bit east and west and not north and south and is a yard short. So a big call here for Coach Chuck Griffin. Do you go for it with the ball at midfield?
I think you have to. I think the 4th and 1, you've got to trust your guys to push this defense that has been maligned most of the season. Just to get them, you got to trust your guys to get 1 yard in a critical moment. I think this is going to be a go-for-it situation.
They've got McDougal back about 10 yards in a punt formation, but the up man is Jet Walker. Do you direct snap and run it right up the middle for a yard for Jet Walker? 2:30 remaining here in the first quarter as the clock continues to run. The Eagles are going to let the play clock run down, and Coach Chuck Griffin is going to take his first timeout of the first quarter. We'll take a timeout with them. 2:28 remaining. Georgetown leads at 14-7. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Syntex Shirt and Embroidery offers a variety of unique custom clothing and gifts, as well as personalized embroidery for schools, fundraisers, businesses, and more. Whether you need 1 shirt or 100, there are no minimum order amounts on any custom pieces. Stop by our shop at 1911 North Austin Avenue, Suite 103, and check out our in-stock spirit apparel. Visit our website at www.syntexshirt.com. Syntex Shirt and Embroidery is the official outfitter of First Responder Broadcasting.
Back out of the timeout, 2:28 remaining here in the first quarter. Georgetown has a 4th and 1 from the midfield stripe. They've got to get to the 49 of Rouse for the first down. Coach Chuck Griffin takes his first of 3 timeouts in the half. And now McDougal in the backfield. Walker beside him. Warren in motion, direct snap. Walker, he's got it wide open, 45. He'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 44 of Rouse. And the direct snap to Jet Walker results in a Georgetown borrow for Morrow first down into Rouse territory.
And that's where you see the vision come into effect, because when you do those direct snaps, you allow the running back to scan where he wants to go. There's not a designed route, and so you're essentially having him read the defense and then go wherever they're not. And you see a big conversion there on 4th down.
One receiver right, one left. Walker to the left of McDougal on the far side hash mark. 2:21 remaining first quarter. Now Walker to the right, turn back left, takes the handoff, takes his time, now gets outside, runs over a defender up past the 40. As Jet Walker lowers the boom and gets a big gain there of about 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3 for the Eagles.
When he gets a head of steam going on those sidelines, I would hate to be a DB, seeing him coming at you and knowing, man, if I don't bring him down, he might house call this thing. I mean, that's the stuff of nightmares right there.
Georgetown ready on the line. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Now McDougal, a clap of the hands, and now he'll turn to this side and look for the signs from the near sideline. 2nd and 3 for the Eagles from the 37-yard line of Rouse. Far side hash mark. Walker in motion. Turn. Hand it to Walker. Left side finds a gap. Splits a defender. Breaks a tackle. Up past the 35 to the 30-yard line. A borrow from Morrow. First down and another run by Jet Walker.
You know, guys, if you want a first down, you give it to the guy that got 10 yards of carry last year, right?
Absolutely.
Math checks out to me.
Bratton back on. T-Row off for the Eagles. Substitutions wholesale on the defensive line for the Raiders. And the Eagles will mix things up as Xavier Warren will go wide left. Joined by Westfall in the slot. Bratton in the slot right. Joined by Madre on the outside. Walker to the right of McDougal on the far side hash mark. The clock runs under 1:40 remaining here in the first quarter. McDougal looks left. Now sends a man in motion. And Coach Griffin, time running out. Miscommunication there.
Yeah, so Coach was communicating something to X, and X started moving, and Caleb, so there's a little miscommunication there on that play.
Well, we'll take the timeout with them. 1:29 remaining first quarter. Georgetown leads at 14-7. Eagle football continues in a moment. Stay with us.
JMTs provides customized apparel and promotional items to small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. Our services include screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Our game-changing direct-to-film printing allows JMTs to print full-color graphics on your garments. JMTs has the experience and confidence to take on any order. Visit the website at jmts.com or call us at 512-388-5555.
Back live, Burkle backfield. We're still in the first quarter. Georgetown leads at 14-7. And Georgetown driving here with 1:29 remaining in the first quarter. They have it 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line of the Rouse Raiders. More importantly, though, Holden, we talked about it during our timeout. 2 timeouts burnt in one drive in the first quarter. Now 1 timeout remaining for the whole rest of the first half. In a game like this, you're going to want to have those timeouts in your pocket come the final 3-4 minutes of the half.
Absolutely, especially because of how much this team emphasizes the middle 8. You want to maximize the time you get in that time frame, and burning 2 timeouts in one drive is the opposite of doing that.
2 receivers left, 2 right. Snap back to McDougal, looking right. Across the middle, Bratton. No flag comes out. Contact made right about the point of the ball, and no flag comes down. That'll bring up. Go ahead.
I really like the matchup with Copeland Madre on Rouse Raiders number 10. He's just a sophomore. I was hoping that would turn out to be something.
They've definitely looked Madre's way so far this game. He's got the 2 catches, including the deep bomb. But like you mentioned, this defense has got a lot of faces on it that have been tested and have not met the challenge so far this season. And the Georgetown's tested them so far. They've thrown the ball 13 times in this first quarter.
2nd and 10 from the 30 of Rouse. Snap back to McDougal. Hands it to Walker. To the left. Hit and dropped. What a tackle made there by the Rouse defense. He circles around his teammate trying to get the number. Make sure we give credit.
Grayson Simpson, number 16, I believe.
Reed Henson, I believe. One of the 2 of them made a great tackle there. Dropped Walker for no gain. And a big 3rd and 10 now for the Eagles as the clock ticks under 1 minute remaining here in the first quarter.
I think this has got to be a high completion look, whether or not it gets you the first down, just so that you're in field goal range so you can ensure you go up 2 possessions with this drive.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Walker in the backfield behind McDougal. Turn, fake the handoff. McDougal will roll right. Throws out in the flat, catch made, wide open. Regan Tarosian, 15, and taken out of bounds, and another Georgetown borrow from Morrow first down inside the Graham & Sons red zone. What a play there. And that will not take us to the end of the first quarter.
And that was that same play-action fake that Royal Mitchell was running. If you remember from last week in that fourth quarter, it's the slow Aaron Rodgers fake and then the rollout totally fooled that defense.
Did he just compare this to the Green Bay Packers?
I had to fit it in somewhere.
So it looks like Rouse is trying to hopefully be able to have a little bit of time left before the end of the first quarter to get the ball back here and score.
So a quick timeout taken there by head coach Joshua Mann. We'll keep it live here at Birkelbach Field. 14-7, Georgetown leads it. A beautiful pass, though, on a ball fake. One thing McDougal's done a lot better this year in his second season at the helm is the ball fakes of handing it off and tucking that ball to be able to roll out and make it look like he doesn't have it. Hits Tarosian on the run for a big first down off of 3rd and 10.
It's fooled you a number of times on the call. Like it's fooling everybody. Defense, us up here, the coaching staff. I don't think anybody knows where the ball is, and the defense has been they've missed a lot of assignments on those play actions. We had a big catch and run by Jet Walker to start this drive for 21 yards, and right there a big conversion on 3rd and 10. A guy wide open in the flats, and those types of high percentage looks that offenses love.
1st and 10 from the 13-yard line of the Raiders. T-Row moves to the left side, snap back, hand it to Walker, up the middle, runs over a defender, up past the 10, spins around off a couple of tacklers to the 8-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5, bring up 2nd and 5.
I think the Rouse head coach is going to have to run over to Academy and buy that guy a new helmet.
Dave, what is Coach Griffin yelling at about the ref? It looks like he's upset about something not being called.
I think it's got to be something with the clock because there seems to be some confusion with the clock.
The Eagles are going to take their time. Under 5 seconds now remaining in the first quarter will come to an end. The first quarter brought to you by Nathaniel Funk, Edward Jones, your Edward Jones financial advisor. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we go to the second quarter here at Birkelbach Field. We'll switch ends of the field to bring you more Georgetown Eagle football live here on the SHN Sports Network. We'll be right back.
At Mesquite Creek Outfitters, we bring community together in a casual environment to share the love of gear and apparel, great drinks, and friendship. Located at 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Mesquite Creek Outfitters is the place to enjoy our drinks and light food menu, shop our unique men's and women's apparel, and visit with friends and family. Visit the website at mesquitecreekoutfitters.com or stop by and say hello. MCO is proud to sponsor First Responders Broadcasting presentation of Georgetown Eagles football.
Yeah. Put in pockets to fail, profits can't watch it. Tell Carver, pencil pusher, stay talking. Can you tell me the first person to weigh options? Do I need to be vocal or do I stay solid? Trying to keep it alive if I'ma stay honest. Feeding off of the spit and not the bait.
We get ready for quarter number 2 here at Birkelbach Field. Holden, did you have a special shout-out tonight you needed to make?
I did. I want to give a massive shout-out to my papa, Daniel Graham. He's been listening in this season. I love you, man. I mean, I would not be here without you. You've supported all of us through so much, and it means so much to me that you're supporting me now. So I want to give a big shout-out to you. We're listening in. Thank you.
And Holden tries to get our hearts sometime. You know, we don't know if we
want to.
We don't know if we want to keep him or not. Then he does that, and we feel bad if we got rid of him. I tell you what. 2nd and 5 for the Eagles at the 8-yard line of the Raiders. 2 receivers right, 2 left for Georgetown as we start quarter number 2. Headed towards the north end of the field now. McDougal on the far side hash mark. Westfall in motion. Snap back to McDougal. Looks left. Hesitates. Throws. Warren. Touchdown, Georgetown.
And he held onto the ball. What a catch.
Xavier Warren makes the catch, and Georgetown puts another touchdown on the board. And I tell you what, you show the strength and the power of a kid committed to Texas State for a reason. Just over 180 pounds, but he took a shot. Jumps right back up, held on to the ball, and Georgetown grows their lead 20-7.
Yeah, you cannot speak enough about the hand strength in particular to hold on to that big crunch for that linebacker. You see why he's the D1 commit. Xavier Warren, big-time touchdown.
Oak Ridge Disciple House. It'll be an extra point this time. Galaviz was out wide left, and he'll settle ready to kick the extra point attempt. McDougal to hold. Snap back. The hold is down. The kick is up, and the extra point is good. 11:54 remaining here in the first half, and Georgetown grows their lead to 14, 21-7 over the Rouse Raiders. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Struggling with addiction or know someone who is? There's light at the end of the tunnel, and it shines bright at the Oak Ridge Disciple House. As a 501c3 Christian ministry, they are dedicated to helping men aged 18 and older rebuild their lives free from the chains of drug and alcohol addiction. Be reminded, there's always hope, always a new beginning. Discover your fresh start with the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Proud supporters of Georgetown Eagle Football, because just like the Eagles, the fight at Oak Ridge never dies. Find out more at oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Back at Burkle backfield, Holden Tuma. It's the Georgetown scoring drive summary.
Last drive, very impressive. 12 plays, 75 yards, and dug themselves out of 2 different holes, 2nd and 20 and 3rd and 10. They converted on both those sets to get back into the end zone. And right now, Georgetown's run 25 plays. Rouse has ran 7. And that is exactly the playbook you want to have against a high-powered offense. You just don't let them touch the football.
The Georgetown shirt and embroidery kickoff by Liam Capra, fielded at the 30. If I have to say his name one more time, it'll be too many. Ike Reimenschneider. He fields that fair catch at the 30-yard line, and that's where Rouse will take over, 1st and 10.
I mean, he is the biggest kid on the whole football field.
It is a large young man. I tell you what, Ike Reisenheimer, the junior tight end. 1st and 10, Rouse at their 31-yard line. They find themselves down 21-7 with 11:54 remaining in the first half. As the quarterback, London Morgan, brings out the offense. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Reyes in the backfield to the right of Morgan. Near side hash mark. Snap back to Morgan. Reyes, the handoff straight ahead. He'll get about 1 yard up to the 32, and he'll be dropped there. A.J. Stevenson in on the tackle. Easton Smith in there as well. Speaking of A.J. Stevenson, maybe a good time to give a shout out to his aunt. Aunt Jen in Pennsylvania, watching in on the YouTube channel, watches all the games of A.J. Stevenson on the defense. Just want to give her a birthday shout out here on October the 10th. It is Aunt Jen's birthday. Happy birthday, Aunt Jen. A.J. playing hard again for this Georgetown Eagle team. Man in motion to the right, 3 receivers left. Reyes fakes the handoff, pressured. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. Who's in on it?
98.
Ooh, Mr. Provo.
8, Dean.
Number 98, Provo, and number 8, Tennyson Dean, the dog, on the Georgetown defense. Team up for the sack, and a big loss brings up 3rd and 15 now for the Raiders.
And that's exactly why you don't see a lot of teams have these play-action long throws against this pass rush, because they're just so hard to block.
Morgan now in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Snap back. Morgan fakes a handoff to nobody. Pressured. Has to get out and scramble. Keeps it alive. Moves to his left. Throws on the run. Hangs it up. And Georgetown's Johnny Decker.
Did he intercept that?
Now they're going to whistle it incomplete. A good job by Decker to not get the pass interference penalty. And he broke up the pass, I believe, to number 7 on the far side for the Rouse Raiders, Peter Metis. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 15.
How about that Georgetown defense, Wally?
Another great hold, a 3 and out, and that's after giving up that first touchdown. This is the kind of change and quick change you want to see out of this defense, Dave. And they did it after 1 drive. They've had 2 3 and outs now to put the ball back in this offense hand.
And it's no coincidence the only time that Rouse has scored is when they only had to go half the length of the field. Both these drives they've started in their normal field position. They've not been able to move the football.
An all-out blitz coming. The punt is away, and it's high, short. It's going to stay in Georgetown territory, or Raider territory. It bounces at the 45, and the Raiders will kill it at their own 43-yard line. And Georgetown will take over 1st and 10 in Raider territory with 10.5 minutes left in the half, and a short field for this Georgetown offense. This offense is getting rewarded by some great defense by Georgetown's defense.
And very interestingly, only 1 second went off the clock on that punt. So an error on the clock there, but that's going to go right to Georgetown's favor because that's going to benefit them throughout the rest of this game for the most part, because they've got this double-digit lead now that they can continue to work with, potentially add to right here in their short field.
The Eagle offense will come out. 1st and 10, now spotted at the 44-yard line of Rouse, as they'll be led back out. Caleb McDougal, 1 receiver left. Two receivers right. Walker to the right of McDougal on the far side hash mark on 1st and 10. A clap of the hand, snap back. McDougal fakes a handoff, pitches it to Westfall. It's a double pass. Westfall throws it down the field. Madry wide open, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Georgetown. And Xavier Warren came across the field to pick off the last block to get Madry into the end zone for the Eagles score.
I'll tell you what, I like the matchup. He really did get distance between Miles Burrell, number 10, that sophomore. What a great job.
He pitched back on an end around to Braylon Westfall, and he stopped and heaved it downfield. A touchdown pass to Copeland Madry. The Oak Ridge Disciple House extra point will come off the foot of Galaviz. Snap is, nope, there's going to be a penalty flag just before the play gets underway. It'll be a false start on the Eagles, and that'll back up the extra point 5 more yards and make it a 25-yard extra point attempt. Shout out to Josh Harris and Oak Ridge Disciple House in their 15th season of sponsoring and supporting First Responder Broadcasting, SHN Sports, and Georgetown Eagle Football here on the SHN Sports Network. We appreciate everything that Josh does at Oak Ridge Disciple House. The snap is back, the kick is up, and Galaviz puts it clearly through for the extra point. 10-17 remaining in the first half. Georgetown leads by 21, 28-7 over the Rouse Raiders. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
At Mesquite Creek Outfitters, we bring community together in a casual environment to share the love of gear and apparel, great drinks, and friendship. Located at 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Mesquite Creek Outfitters is the place to enjoy our drinks and light food menu, shop our unique men's and women's apparel, and visit with friends and family. Visit the website at mesquitecreekoutfitters.com or stop by and say hello. MCO is proud to sponsor First Responders Broadcasting presentation of Georgetown Eagles football.
Back live, Burkle backfield. It's a Holden Georgetown touchdown scoring drive summary.
And a very easy one. One play, 44 yards, took 13 seconds off the clock, and a trick play, and what a job of making that call. In that moment, you sense the momentum is creeping to your side. You go for a haymaker blow to that defense that has been undisciplined, that has struggled this season, and you make them defend a trick play, and they couldn't do it. Another touchdown for your Eagles.
Georgetown shirt and embroidery kickoff. Liam Capra tees it up high, short on the near side. And Ryman Schneider will take it at about the 24-yard line. After it bounced, thought it would go out of bounds, and it kind of dropped the...
He did call for a fair catch and
but it bounced.
Made a step to move.
Yeah,
if it bounces, the fair catch is still valid.
Yeah, that's what all the discussion is about down here right now.
Coach Herman finally is like, hey, let's go play football.
Yeah, play
Let
ball.
the coaches argue. You go play football. Ryman Schneider fields it again. It took the pitch and wedge onto the green backup, and Ryman Schneider had to play it, and so they'll take over. 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line with 10-17 remaining. Rouse will send 2 receivers left, 2 right. Ray is in the backfield behind Morgan in the shotgun on the near side hash mark. Now Morgan up under center, gets the snap, quick pass, left flat, caught at the 25, up past the 30, hit and dropped at about the 32-yard line. Good tackle there by Johnny Decker. That'll be a gain of 6, bring up 2nd and 4 for the Raiders.
And this is still an offense that this defense has to be locked in on, because even a 3-touchdown lead can evaporate very quickly with how dominant they can be and the fact that they get the ball to start the second half.
Quickly back under center on 2nd and 4. Morgan gets the snap, turns, hands it to Reyes, dances forward past the 35 up to the 36-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 1 now for the Raiders. A nice little patient run there by Reyes to kind of get a little seam to shoot through and get a gain there of 3 yards, and a short 3rd and 1 now. 9.5 minutes remaining here in the first half as the clock continues to run.
And the most important thing for Rouse right now is to not get out of your game plan. You still have everything in this football game, still so much time left.
Snap back to Morgan, hands it to Reyes left side, and he'll dance forward and get up to the 38-yard line. A 2-yard gain, and that brings up a Rouse Raider 1st down. So for the first time in their 3 possessions now since their scoring drive, their first down in 3 possessions, this Eagle defense looking to try to close it back down, get the ball back to this offense.
Like you mentioned, they've only got 3 first downs in this game so far. The first one since that first drive. They're averaging 4.3 a play. I'm very impressed with how effective this Georgetown defense has been.
Fake the handoff to Reyes. Pass out in the left flat. Batted down. What a play there. Cade Erickson waves into the no-fly zone on the far side. Nice play there by the junior defensive back. Incompletion brings up 2nd and 10. Tyler Leininger back on.
And he read that the whole way. He saw it coming, played it. It was on his back foot so he can drive on the football to make that big pass breakup. And once again, where Rouse has struggled is when they found themselves behind the chains like they are now.
2nd and 10. On the far side hash mark, now a man in motion. Morgan was alone in the backfield. It's going to be a backwards pass. Nope, he's going to throw it forward. Nice catch made in traffic and then bottled up and taken down after a gain of about 5 yards. A nice job of reaching up and grabbing that one out of the middle of the air in the middle of defenders.
Your Eagles are just swarming everywhere. I just anticipate an interception at some point. I'm really feeling it. These guys are flying all over the place.
There were multiple Eagles that thought they had a pick on that play, but that was a great snag to just pluck it out of the air and get a positive play out of what could have been a disaster.
3rd and 5, and now Coach Griffin is going to take his final timeout of the first half. There was a defensive personnel mishap, and Jihad Abdunur came out after 3 players went on the field, but they needed him back on the field, so Georgetown will burn their final timeout of the half with 8:20 remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Quick timeout. Eagle Football returns after these messages.
Insurance, financial, and HR services are more valuable when they consider your specific needs. That's why Higginbotham Insurance Brokers works hard to understand your priorities so we can get you covered on day one and provide year-round value. From risk management and claims advocacy to benefit plan design and administration, the specialists of Higginbotham are here to turn your uncertainties into possibilities. Contact Jake Hubenak at 737-245-1303 or visit the website at higginbotham.com.
Back out of the timeout, the Raiders have it. 3rd and 5 from their own 43-yard line. A big play here for the Raiders to try to keep this drive alive. New quarterback in the backfield. Snap back. Quarterback keeper left side, and he's going to get enough for a first down. It was one of the running backs in there.
Aubrey Davis, number 4.
Number 4, Aubrey Davis. He is a junior, but he's listed in their roster as a wide receiver running back. And what a play there. Followed the blocker to the left side and got the first down for the Raiders to the 49 of Georgetown. And so now Raiders trying to respond with a drive of their own after being held on 2 3-and-outs. 1st and 10 on the far side hash mark. Morgan back in there. Clap of the hand. Snap back. Rolls right. Hands it. Left side. Reyes wide open. Has room to run. Bollinger will take him out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. So a good misdirection play and a lot of over pursuit there on that defensive line. So now maybe the Raider coaches, Holden, have seen something to try to cut down on this over pursuit by Georgetown's defense.
Like you just said, it's an excellent job taking advantage of that over pursuit to roll everybody right and then actually hand off left. And nobody's left with the contained job. So it's an easy first down, big gain.
Pitch it right. Reyes tries to string it out. Jihad Abdunur, good job there on the tackle. Takes him down at the 30-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4. Bring up 2nd and 6. The clock continues to run. Under 7.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Now, I think it would be an impossible task, but ideally the scenario for Rouse is to score, not let Georgetown score again, and then score on the other end of halftime to make it a one-possession football game.
Snap back to Morgan. Hands it off. Reyes up the middle. Makes a man miss. 25, and then dives for it under the tackle of Jihad Abdunur. That'll be up to the 22-yard line, enough for another Rouse Raider first down.
And now this Rouse offense has found a little something on this drive, particularly running the football. And Georgetown's going to have to still lock in because this is not a game in the 4th quarter. They're up 3 scores. It's the 2nd quarter. So any type of points here will absolutely get Rouse right back in this football game. They should still be playing 110%.
1st and 10 from the 22. Handed off. Reyes up the middle. And there's Bollinger. He'll hit him at about the 16-yard line, driving backwards. They'll give him the 16 on the gain, and that'll be in between the 16 and 17. Now they look to spot it, about at the 17. It'll be a gain of about 6. Bring up 2nd and 4 for the Raiders. The clock ticks under 6.5 minutes remaining in the half.
What they want to do is score here, only let Georgetown touch the ball one more time and then score once again. That's kind of why they're playing this clock game.
Morgan on the near side hash mark. Snap back. Fake the handoff. Nope. to Reyes. Back up the middle. He'll drive forward up to about the 12-yard line. And there may be a spot, maybe a measurement here. He's just outside the 12-yard line, in between the 12 and 13. And that'll bring up a short 3rd and inches for the Raiders. And the clock will tick under 6 minutes remaining.
Big conversion here. I think this is going to have to be 2 plays to get 1 yard for this Eagle defense. And anything's still on the table. They can obviously throw the ball because in the back pocket they know they're going to have this 4th down attempt to convert as well.
2 receivers right, 2 running backs on either side of Morgan. Snap back, handed off, left side wide open, touchdown Rouse. The misdirection has now got this defense having to reassess for Georgetown. 2 big misdirection plays, and the Raiders get into the end zone with 5:37 remaining. Here in the first half, they've cut the lead down to 15, pending this extra point attempt, and make it a 14-point ball game.
Big-time response for Rouse. They needed that drive desperately with how well Georgetown's offense has played. But now the question goes right back to the defense. Can they keep Georgetown out of the end zone?
Zoka blocked. And the Raiders will fall on it, but the extra point is no good. And we go back to the talk, Dave. How big is the missed extra point there in a game like this?
Every point matters tonight, guys. Every point. And our defense has really stepped up big. And except for this last drive, but we need all the help we can get.
And there's the big 6'6", 235-pound senior defensive lineman Adrian Provo getting the block extra point. Quick timeout. Eagle football returns in a moment.
At Mesquite Creek Outfitters, we bring community together in a casual environment to share the love of gear and apparel, great drinks, and friendship. Located at 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Mesquite Creek Outfitters is the place to enjoy our drinks and light food menu, shop our unique men's and women's apparel, and visit with friends and family. Visit the website at mesquitecreekoutfitters.com or stop by and say hello. MCO is proud to sponsor First Responders Broadcasting presentation of Georgetown Eagles football.
Back live at Birkelbach Field. Holden, the Raiders scored. Tell us about it.
They did score and took them 12 plays, but they went 73 yards to do so. 4.5 minutes off the clock. And the question now, 5:37 left in the second quarter. If Georgetown scores, how quickly do they do it? Because you do not want to let Rouse get another possession and potentially go back-to-back to start the second half.
Pooch kick over the 45, 35, 37. Malachi Miller fills it and lays down like a turtle on a shell. He was not going to give up that ball. Georgetown will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. 5:35 remaining here in the first half. And Georgetown has some opportunities here. One big thing they could do, Holden, is another 4.5, 5-minute drive here. Try to punch it into the end zone right before the end of the half. Give Rouse maybe 10, 15 seconds left. But try to make it a 3-score game going into the half, knowing Rouse gets that opening kickoff of the second half.
That's the ideal scenario. Take as much of the clock as you can, get in the end zone to push that score back up to 3 scores, and then you go to halftime knowing that nothing Rouse can do can make it a 1-possession game immediately coming out of halftime.
Far side hash mark, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Walker to the left of McDougal. Clap of the hand, snap back, hand it to Walker. Left side follows his blocker. Kicks outside, has another blocker. 45-50, 45-40, and a shoestring tackle into Rouse Raider territory. Walker not happy with himself. The little man got him here on the outside. And number 10 on the tackle for the Raiders.
And that's the only way you're going to bring him down is you got to be an ankle biter. You got to get him off his feet.
Boy, he did. He untied Walker's left shoe, it looked like, on the tackle, the sophomore defensive back, Miles Burrell. A nice tackle there, but a big chunk play by the Eagles, and now they're going to take their time. 5 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the half on a borrow from Morrow first down into Raider territory at the 41-yard line. Near side hash mark. No receivers left, 3 right. McDougal, snap back, hands it off. Walker to the right side, hit at about the 40. And he'll get it up to the 39-yard line. That'll be a gain of 2. And that'll bring up 2nd and 8 for the Eagles. And the clock will continue to run here. So we'll see what the Eagles do to kind of bleed this clock here. As the clock goes under 4.5 minutes here in about 5 seconds. It continues to run.
And with that burst play, it definitely muddies the timeline a little bit, getting 22 in one play in about 13 seconds. Now you have less than half the field to go, and 4 minutes, 25 seconds still on this clock. They can still definitely bleed it all, but you definitely don't want to keep asking this offense to convert 3rd down situations.
Empty backfield here as Guyton empties out. Quick pass out. Madre at the 40. Makes a man miss. 35-yard line. And a nice move there up to about the 34 of the Raiders. And that'll make it a manageable 3rd and 3 for the Eagles as the clock goes under 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. Guyton will come back out. Jet Walker back on the field. T-Row comes off the field and Braden Bratton back on. Braden Bratton will go wide right into the slot with Westfall and Warren to the right side. Madre, the lone receiver, left here. The Eagles taking their time. Now the offensive line will approach. 15 seconds left on the play clock. Walker to the right of McDougal, near side hash. A clap of the hands by McDougal. Ball comes back. Nope, falls. No offsides. He got back. Throw out the flat. Warren wide open, 30, 25, and he'll go out of bounds. But a flag thrown on the far sideline.
Yep, there it is. We got the flag after that hit, out of bounds.
Uh-oh. So we'll see what the referee calls here.
It happened as X was falling out of bounds there. There was something happened on that other sideline, and then the flag went up right there.
Referee and his crew using their personal intercom system.
It looks like they're assessing some sort of yardage
I was gonna say,
for Georgetown.
they're moving the ball further into Raider territory. We'll try to get the call from the referee now. A very deliberately delivered call. Offsides on the defense. That was declined. The result of a play was a first down to the pass to Xavier Warren as he went out of bounds. An unsportsmanlike late hit out of bounds on the Raiders. Takes it down to the 11, inside the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles on a borrow from Morrow first down inside the Graham & Sons red zone. 3:24 remaining here in the first half. Georgetown has it 1st and 10 just inside the 11 of the Raiders. One receiver left, one right. Guyton to the left of McDougal. Walker to the right. Snap back. Walker gets the handoff right up the middle. Powers forward. Runs over defenders and into the end zone. No, they're going to spot him inside the 1-yard line. So it'll be another borrow for Morrow first down on a 1st and goal. As they got Walker down.
That looked like he was over. That's crazy. I'm sorry. I was like, had me fooled.
In-depth sideline reporting by Doppler Dave.
I mean, the kicker was out there. I mean.
Now Eagles have it 1st and goal inside the 1-yard line for the Raiders. The big thing is the clock should be running here. The chains have been set, and it was a tackle inbound. Now they're going to start the clock that should have been started about.
It still has not started. There it goes.
Now it goes. Should have been running the last 40 seconds after the chains got set. 1st and goal, snap back, McDougal fakes the handoff. Pressure coming, and for the first time in the season, Caleb McDougal is sacked back to the 9-yard line.
It just looked like a miscommunication with the receivers. Nobody was looking to get the pass. They were both kind of blocking. And that is the exact type of the point of the field where you cannot have a miscommunication because of how much pressure is going to be sent back at that QB. And McDougal takes a big-time crunch.
Riddle me this, Batman. 1st and goal inside the 1, and you have Jet Walker, who's going to West Virginia, as a running back. Why are we passing?
I mean, you could ask Pete Carroll that same thing in the Super Bowl, but
sometimes
you just overcomplicate things.
It doesn't look like it was supposed to be a pass. There was some communication between coach. I think that was supposed to be a run.
The good thing is it's burned another minute off the clock. 2:20 remaining. Snap back. McDougal looking left. He's going to scramble to his right. Bratton in the back of the end zone. McDougal's going to throw it. A catch made, but out of the end zone, incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd and goal all the way back at the 7-yard line. So Georgetown, the clock stops, and now they got a 3rd and goal from the 7.
And this might be a sequence we're going to have to circle the rest of this game if Georgetown's not able to punch this into the end zone. First and goal from the 1, and having to settle for 3 is a win for this Rouse defense, keeping them out of the end zone and potentially allowing Rouse to start gaining back points if they're able to score before halftime.
Third and goal for the Eagles. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Walker to the left of McDougal in the backfield. Far side hash mark. Now Westfall in motion. Fake the handoff, roll left, looking left. McDougal, he's running forward, going to throw, reverse, and it's intercepted in the end zone. And Coach Griffin quickly talking to Caleb McDougal on the sideline. Caleb threw it across his body, and the Raiders pick it off in the end zone. So a devastating turn there after first and goal inside the 1. And now the Raiders have it first and 10 at their own 20 with 2 minutes and 1 second remaining here in the first half.
And now that is absolutely a drive we're going to have to circle the rest of this way. And it's just a pass you've got to throw away.
It's just very uncharacteristically of Georgetown to not be able to, one, score, but also the first sack of the season and an interception. That's not normal.
So it's a first and 10 for the Raiders. They'll get 1 play here and then the 2-minute timeout in the second quarter. So the Eagles defense, a chance to step up here. 2 receivers left, none right. 2 running backs in the backfield on either side of Morgan from the middle of the field. Snap back, fake the handoff. Morgan runs right. He'll pitch it right. 25, 29-yard line, pushed out of bounds by Bollinger at the 30-yard line. And that'll be another Rouse Raider first down, and we'll have the 2-minute timeout. 1:53 remaining here in the first half. Georgetown leads it 28-13 over the Rouse Raiders. Quick timeout, and Eagle Football will return. Stay with us.
First Downs are sponsored by Morrow from Morrow. Longtime supporter of our broadcast, Matt Morrow and his team are dedicated to providing the best mortgage experience possible. They do that by offering easy-to-use mortgage tools, including a handy mobile app, competitive rates, and assistance from experienced loan officers. Matt's loan officers understand local markets, have access to a wide variety of loan programs, and are ready to guide you through the process. Your family, your future, our focus. For your mortgage needs, remember Matt Morrow, Borrow from Morrow. For more information, visit borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS number 464148.
Back live here at Burkle Backfield. The Raiders come out of the 2-minute timeout. First and 10 from their own 30-yard line, trailing 28-13 to your Georgetown Eagles. Morgan, the quarterback, has 2 receivers stacked right, 2 receivers stacked left. Reyes in the backfield to the left of Morgan on first and 10. Now a man in motion to the left side. Morgan looks to pass, has time, pressured, sacked! Oh, baby, Georgetown gets the sack, and that is number 36, Jesse Espinoza, on a big sack all the way back to the 25. That brings up 2nd and 15. The clock runs under a minute and a half remaining here in the first half.
Once again, they're running a slow play-action play, and this defensive front is just too hard to block. Another big-time sack.
It's communication for this defense. Morgan's going to hang one up. He's got a man-on-man, and it's incomplete. Trying to get the one-handed catch for the Raiders was number 4.
And Cade got his head turned around just at the right moment to avoid a flag on that one.
Auburn Davis, the intended receiver, got one hand on it but couldn't haul it in. And now a big 3rd and 15. The clock stops at 1:21 remaining here in the first half. Morgan, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Reyes to his left side in the backfield. Snap back, Morgan looking downfield, pressured, sacked all the way back to the 11. But now Georgetown out of timeouts, and that's where it would have helped you.
Jet Walker on defense, baby.
Wow. Jet Walker in on defense, and he gets the sack of Morgan all the way back to the, they're going to mark him about the 13-yard line. That brings up 4th and forever for the Raiders, and they're going to punt it away as Ryman Schneider stands on his own goal line. Cade Erickson stands at his 45. 40 seconds left. They're going to bleed it down as much as they can with Georgetown having no timeouts remaining. Snap is back. Ryman Schneider Low line drive punt. Erickson at midfield to the right side, 45. And then he'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 43-yard line of Rouse. So Georgetown will have 25 seconds remaining and a 1st and 10 at the 43 of Rouse. So an opportunity here. You take a chance, you hang it up, you try to get to the sidelines, you get a field goal. Anything to get some points on the board would be a big win for Georgetown after that turn of events between an interception in the end zone, but then a big stop by your defense.
I think at this point, 25 seconds, their advantage is that first down will stop the clock momentarily. So they will be able to use the middle of the field for the most part, especially in those first couple plays, to spike it. But I think at least you're going to have to at least try 1 or 2 plays to get some yardage to potentially get a field goal here.
McDougal back out, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Walker in the backfield to the right of McDougal. Now he'll move him back to his left side. Far side hash mark, 1st and 10 from the Raider 43. Clap of the hands. Nope. McDougal changes the play. Now snap back. McDougal quick right. Throws it down the sideline. Catch. And it's a drop. Xavier Ward unable to haul it in. Trying to keep his feet in bounds and then get out of bounds. And he drops the pass incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. 19 seconds remaining.
And that was the perfect audible by McDougal, identifying like the cover 2 look and that the vulnerabilities on that sideline. Warren throttles it down, recognizing the defense, and just couldn't haul it in. That would have got them easily within field goal range and out of bounds. And now it's 2nd and 10.
Look at Jet Walker way out here on the side, outside the numbers.
Walker, one of 3 receivers, split wide left. 2 receivers right, empty backfield for McDougal on 2nd and 10. Snap is back. McDougal has time. Throw across the middle. Westfall, he's going to get outside to the 30, and he's going to dive out of bounds, and they'll give him the spot out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
What an effort to dive out of bounds right there to preserve 9 seconds with no timeouts.
9 seconds remaining. The Eagles quickly back on the line. McDougal, a clap of the hand, snap back. He's looking left, looking right, throw it in the middle of the field. Westfall, he's going to slide down at about the 15-yard line. The Eagles will have to get up to the line, and once the changer's set, snap it and spike it.
A lot of confusion.
They tried to get the field goal unit on, it looked like, and that's going to be too many players, which is going to run the clock to halftime. 10-second runoff, and Georgetown doesn't have a timeout.
Bomb squad.
They're going to give Galaviz a chance to kick the field goal. Penalty flags down in a meeting of the Zebras at about the 15-yard line. The herd has come together there to see what the penalty was. Georgetown only had like 82 players on the field. I don't know what they're calling, but there's some kind of penalty.
I think maybe the argument here is the fact that the clock hadn't yet started because the chains hadn't been set yet.
Yeah.
So do you enforce the 10-second runoff or do you not?
10-second runoff.
Substitution infraction on the Georgetown Eagles. That'll be a 10-second runoff, and the first half comes to an end. 28-13, Georgetown leads it by 15 at the half over the Rouse Raiders. We'll take a quick timeout. We come back. It'll be halftime stats with Holden, and we'll bring you that live here on the SHN Sports Network, brought to you by Graham & Sons Land and Cattle, before we bring you the Georgettes and the Georgetown Eagle Marching Band. Stay with us. We'll be right back here on the SHN Sports Network.
JMTs provides customized apparel and promotional items to small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. Our services include screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Our game-changing direct-to-film printing allows JMTs to print full-color graphics on your garments. JMTs has the experience and confidence to take on any order. Visit the website at jmts.com or call us at 512-388-5555.
First Downs are sponsored by Morrow from Morrow. Longtime supporter of our broadcast, Matt Morrow and his team are dedicated to providing the best mortgage experience possible. They do that by offering easy-to-use mortgage tools, including a handy mobile app, competitive rates, and assistance from experienced loan officers. Matt's loan officers understand local markets, have access to a wide variety of loan programs, and are ready to guide you through the process. Your family, your future, our focus. For your mortgage needs, remember Matt Morrow, Borrow from Morrow. For more information, visit borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS number 464148.
Blair Hogue with the Hogue team of Fairway Independent Mortgages, your local lender. With over 22 years of experience, Blair and his team are here to guide you through every step of your home journey. Whether you're buying, refinancing, or pulling equity out for debt consolidation or home improvements. When you think mortgage, think Blair Hogue with the Hogue team. We are conveniently located on the square in Georgetown. Visit us today or call 512-717-9912 and let's get started on your path to home ownership.
Struggling with addiction or know someone who is? There's light at the end of the tunnel, and it shines bright at the Oak Ridge Disciple House. As a 501c3 Christian ministry, they are dedicated to helping men aged 18 and older rebuild their lives free from the chains of drug and alcohol addiction. Be reminded, there's always hope, always a new beginning. Discover your fresh start with the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Proud supporters of Georgetown Eagle Football, because just like the Eagles, the fight at Oak Ridge never dies. Find out more at oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Back live here at Birkelbach Field as the Rouse Raider dance team and the band will perform at Birkelbach Field. But we go to our halftime stats with Holden, brought to you by Graham & Sons Land and Cattle. And Holden, some good things for this Georgetown team and some challenging things for this Georgetown team.
Certainly an up and down first half, and more ups early and some more downs late. But just some quick numbers right now. Georgetown is out snapping some more plays. They've run 37 plays. Rouse has run 26, and they have been far more effective when they've had the football. Right now, their completion-wise, 18 of 23 throwing the ball, including that trick play touchdown. And this vaunted London Morgan, this QB for the other end, is 4 of 9 for 25 yards currently, averaging 2.8 an attempt. They've really stifled this passing game, but the running game has caused a little bit of issues for Georgetown. Rouse has ran the ball 17 times, 86 yards. That's 5 averaging. Georgetown's ran it 14 times for 80 at 5.7 averaging. So both these running teams have come to play. They've played well, and that one turnover right there at the bottom of the screen is the number one key that's really changed this first half. That turnover in the red zone, preventing Georgetown from going up another score and allowing Rouse to have a chance. Now, shout out to that defense coming through in the clutch, not allowing another possession to get taken away and allowing Rouse to get back into this football game, because if they had scored right before halftime, they get the ball in the second half, and they could actually go back and tie this football game up. So a big shout out to that defense for holding strong on the turnover. But like you mentioned, there's been a lot of mental miscues right now for Georgetown, having to burn 2 timeouts in one drive. They're third on a defensive play, not allowing themselves enough time on that final possession to get that field goal unit on the field. Some mental mistakes right now that haven't cost them in the scoreboard yet, but it's definitely something they have to clean up in the second half, because Rouse is too talented to continue to give them some very opportune situations.
Exactly what you talk about that, and things that stuck out to me. When Rouse had that second scoring drive, they figured out an over pursuit by this Georgetown defensive line, and they came back to get Georgetown on that on 2 big runs, one on a big third down, and then one down to score the touchdown for the Raiders. And it's like that, to me, right there, Rouse making changes in the middle of the half. Now Georgetown has to respond in kind. But not very often you're going to see a pass like that out of Caleb McDougal, a decision like that. He was just as mad at himself as anybody else, might have been frustrated with the young man. And he'll wear it harder than anybody else. But then comes right back out and makes some key passes there in that drive to get Georgetown down with a chance to kick a field goal. But, man, the mental mistakes that Georgetown has made in this first half has maybe kept this from being about a 24, 30-point difference, because you could have scored in the end zone there, saved your timeouts, and be able to get that field goal off. And so how do you clean up those mental mistakes at the halftime and yet be prepared for the changes that the Raiders are going to make at the same time?
And going back to that interception, a mantra for QBs is if they're if the defender's back is to you, you can throw anywhere outside of their frame because they're not looking at the football. But that is really only applicable if the receiver is still moving in the field, because then the defensive back is watching the receiver to follow him. In the back of the end zone like that, the receiver's not moving. The DB can easily spin around like he did there, and credit to him, he made a great play to recognize, turn around, and get that interception. But I assume that is what he saw there, that his back was turned and he could try to make a play, but just a forced throw that ended up causing that interception. But like you were talking about, those mental mistakes that have prevented Georgetown from getting even more points have really kind of blackened this first half, which was very, very good for them. They got multiple defensive stops, which was the big question coming in. How are they going to look against a high-flying offense? And they've looked completely different than they did against Belton, which is the comp that we all kind of had mentally to how effective Belton was throwing the ball. Again, they've only got 25 passing yards in this first half. So this secondary's come to play. The pass rush has been relentless, and that's the number one key to help that secondary out, is just the constant pressure that we've seen pretty much every week from the boys up front. But this has been a very efficient first half. You just wanted to see more of it reflected in the scoreboard.
You talk about that defensive line, the defensive front, and the noise they have made in this first half. A sack from Jesse Espinoza, a sack from Tennyson Dean, a sack from Adrian Provo, a sack from Jet Walker. You talk about the pressure on Morgan right now. He's not having an opportunity to set his feet and make decisions. One thing that Coach Griffin talked about this week with us multiple times was the fact that Morgan can extend plays with his feet, his awareness, and his ability, which was a lot like we saw at a Will Shepherd with Belton. He created opportunities and was able to keep a play alive and not take the negative plays. Tonight, that's being pressured on Morgan, and he's not comfortable in that backfield. Georgetown's just got to keep that pressure on him, challenge this defensive line to not allow Rouse's offensive line to change things up and take control of the line of scrimmage.
And the number one difference between, I think, from this first half and that Belton game was whenever Will Shepherd was able to create, he was able to break pressure from sacks and either extend with a scramble or extend rolling out, and they weren't able to get him down. So far in this game, they've not allowed London Morgan to scramble out and create, aside from the one play where he threw an excellent ball down the field and his receiver got one hand on it in a potential superstar moment right there where you see the high-end potential of his offense. Outside of that one play that ultimately was incomplete, we haven't really seen that high-flying offensive pass threat that we came into this game expecting. Again, London Morgan came into this game almost 20 touchdowns, 1,646 yards. So he can sling it, and he's slung it all season long. But right now, this Georgetown defense has come to play.
And at the half, the Georgetown Eagles lead it 28-13 over the Rouse Raiders as the Rouse Marching Band performs for this home crowd here at Birkelback Field. Let's take a quick timeout. When we come back, it'll be about time for the Georgetown Band and the Georgettes to perform for this crowd, and we'll try to bring it to you live here on the SHN Sports Network. Stay with us.
Holden's first half stats, the third quarter, and post-game wrap-up are brought to you by Graham & Sons Land and Cattle. Graham & Sons is a cow-calf operation here in Central Texas, growing calves, cotton, corn, and wheat for commercial customers. Austin Graham and his team of crazy cowboys and cowgirls produce some of the best-tasting meat the First Responder Broadcasting team has ever eaten. Thank you, Graham & Sons, for your support of our broadcast of Georgetown Eagle Football. The Golden Rule is located at 606 South Church Street in Georgetown. The Golden Rule offers an amazing menu and even better atmosphere. Enjoy a wide variety of menu items like Cantonese riblets, Texas fried quail, roasted beet salad, an elk double smash burger, and much, much more. Join us for Sunday brunch with a delicious selection of food and drinks. Give the menu a look at goldenrulegtx.com. The Golden Rule, above all else, goodwill, friendship, and kind regard.
Syntex Shirt and Embroidery offers a variety of unique custom clothing and gifts, as well as personalized embroidery for schools, fundraisers, businesses, and more. Whether you need one shirt or 100, there are no minimum order amounts on any custom pieces. Stop by our shop at 1911 North Austin Avenue, Suite 103, and check out our in-stock Spirit apparel. Visit our website at www.syntechshirt.com. Syntech Shirt and Embroidery is the official outfitter of First Responder Broadcasting. Hogue with the Hogue team of Fairway Independent Mortgages, your local lender. With over 22 years of experience, Blair and his team are here to guide you through every step of your home journey. Whether you're buying, refinancing, or pulling equity out for debt consolidation or home improvements, when you think mortgage, think Blair Hogue with the Hogue team. We are conveniently located on the square in Georgetown. Visit us today or call 512-717-9912 and let's get started on your path to home ownership.
Struggling with addiction or know someone who is? There's light at the end of the tunnel, and it shines bright at the Oak Ridge Disciple House. As a 501c3 Christian ministry, they are dedicated to helping men aged 18 and older rebuild their lives free from the chains of drug and alcohol addiction. Be reminded, there's always hope, always a new beginning. Discover your fresh start with the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Proud supporters of Georgetown Eagle Football, because just like the Eagles, the fight at Oak Ridge never dies. Find out more at oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Hogue with the Hogue team of Fairway Independent Mortgages, your local lender. With over 22 years of experience, Blair and his team are here to guide you through every step of your home journey. Whether you're buying, refinancing, or pulling equity out for debt consolidation or home improvements, when you think mortgage, think Blair Hogue with the Hogue team. We are conveniently located on the square in Georgetown. Visit us today or call 512-717-9912 and let's get started on your path to home ownership.
Backfield. We get ready for the second half. Just so you know, I will tell you now, if the sound was not the best of the field mic tonight with the band while the Georgettes were performing, we apologize. That's been brought to the attention of staff here at the stadium, and they believe it is a battery issue in a microphone out on the patio that cannot be reached at this time with the plethora of cameras out on the deck. And so we will do the best we can tonight with that crowd mic. We'd love to have the sounds of the game for you, so I am so sorry. At least we got to see the band of Georgettes, but we will try to get that rectified over the next 2 weeks as we play at home as the visitors next week against Eastview, and then against the Glen Grizzlies on the 24th of October back here at Burkle Backfield. But tonight we sit here at half, leading by 15, 28-13, and the defense for Georgetown will have to answer the call to start the second half. Holden, your thought here for Georgetown to hold on and win this ball game in the second half. What changes they have to, what's that one change they've got to focus on to make sure they don't lose this one?
Eye discipline, in particular in that run game, because that's been Rouse's only explosive plays when they've ran misdirection and allowed Georgetown to over pursue and create openings for Rouse to just drive trucks through. So that's going to be the biggest change that I'm looking forward to seeing, if they're going to be able to implement some more eye discipline, some more contained guys to prevent misdirection plays.
Dave, your thought?
Communication between the offense and the coaches, and also this defense, what y'all are talking about is huge. The defense has got to keep giving the ball back to the offense. They've done a great job so far.
I right along those lines, mental mistakes cannot be made by the coaching staff, by the players, by anybody. They've got to clean up those kind of mistakes. Maybe keep those timeouts in your pocket as long as possible, just in case this barn burner heats back up. The Syntex shirt and embroidery kickoff fielded by the same person with the longest name on the roster, and that is Ike Reimenschneider. He is the one that we kick to every time. I guess they feel like the biggest guy is not going to return it, and he fields it on a fair catch at the 30. So Rouse will take over 1st and 10 to start the second half at their own 30-yard line. The Georgetown defense on the field, and here comes the quarterback, London Morgan, and this Rouse Raider offense trailing by 15. 1st and 10 here at their own 30. 2 stacked receivers right, 2 stacked receivers left. Reyes to the left of Morgan, turn, hand it to Morgan, right up the middle, and he's hit and drop for a gain of 2 up to the 32-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 8 for the Raiders. Staying on the near side hash.
Easton Smith, one of the first ones to get to him.
Easton Smith, another big tackle. Morgan sends a man in motion, end around to the outside, tries to break a tackle and does, and gets forward for 1 yard. But a good job there. I think it was Tennyson Dean.
Dean slowed him down, and Mitchell finished it up.
Cole Mitchell on the big tackle. Dean almost got his hands on him enough, but a good job to miss that tackle by the Raider ball handler, number 6, Alfredo Lopez. But only a yard gain, and it brings up a big 3rd and 7 now for the Raiders. 11:15 remaining here in the third quarter. This Georgetown defense a chance to get a stop and off the field early here on 3rd and 7. 3 receivers right, none left. Morgan in the backfield. Far side hash mark. Empties the backfield. Left flat. Morgan pressured. Running for his life. Dean chasing him all the way back to the 10. He's going to be able to get free. 15, 20. Throw it away and get the catch made at the 45 as number 4, Auburn Davis, gets away from Cade Erickson. And a huge conversion up the midfield, a first down for the Rouse Raiders, and there's the ability of London Morgan to extend a play as he went negative 30 yards to come back and get a big first down at midfield.
And like you just mentioned, that's the high-end potential of this offense that the defense has to be continually aware of.
Morgan under center, turns, quick handoff, and hit right at the line. They're going to give him a 1-yard gain up to the 49 of Georgetown before Reyes is thrown backwards, and that'll bring up 2nd and 9 now for the Raiders.
I'm really intrigued by that play call because they've run it a couple times, and it just, to me, it doesn't strike me as a play that's really going to have much success against this really effective defensive line for Georgetown that's really won the point of attack against Rouse's offensive line.
Morgan on the near side hash mark, 2 receivers right, 2 left, snap back, looking left, looking right, screen pass out to the left side, up past the 45, break a tackle, and now tackled past the 40 into the 38-yard line of Georgetown. Another Rouse Raider first down on a wide receiver screen, and a good play there by Auburn Davis, the junior wide receiver.
And a great throw by Morgan to kind of float it over the head of the defensive line, who was semi-aware of the screen play because of how quickly they broke through the offensive line to allow that play to develop.
Morgan on the far side hash mark. Gets the ball, fakes the handoff, being blitzed, gets rid of it on another screen play to the left side, run out of bounds at about the 24-yard line, make it the 23, and a back-to-back first down play for the Raiders. They're driving here with 9.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
And now they're taking advantage of the over-aggressiveness with the screen calls. They're just trying to slow down this defensive line and make them think about it when they're pass rushing to give Morgan half a second more on what might be an actual throw later on.
I was going to say the same thing, that over pursuit's getting them right now.
1st and 10 from the far side hash mark at the 23 of Georgetown. Morgan gets the ball, hands it off. Reyes hit and drop for a loss. Back to the 25-yard line, a loss of 2. That'll bring up 2nd and 12 now for Rouse. Good pursuit there by the Georgetown defensive line. Not giving up on that one as Reyes dropped for the loss, and now Morgan wide right. You've got 2 running backs in the backfield. One of them is Davis. Reyes, the other running back in the backfield. Direct snap to Davis. He'll be dances out of a loss and gets forward up to about the 22-yard line. So he'll get back past the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage, for about a yard gain up to the 22, and that'll bring up 3rd and 9. A good job by this defense there to recognize and not give up too many yards.
Yeah, it's always tricky whenever you have this wildcat-type situations, how you align, how much attention you give to the quarterback line about wide there. That time they stayed in their traditional set, and they only gave him a 3-yard gain.
8.5 minutes remaining. Morgan has 2 receivers right, none left. 2 running backs in the backfield on either side of the quarterback, Morgan. Auburn Davis to the left, Reyes to the right. Snap back to Morgan. He rolls right. Pressure coming. Picks it up, throws out the flat. Catch made inside the 10. Taken down there by number 7, Xavier Warren. But now it's going to be a 1st and goal for the Raiders. So multiple pickup of first downs on third downs on this drive. Keeps it alive for the Raiders. 1st and goal inside the 10, down to the 6, making the 7-yard line of Georgetown.
They've done a great job that time rolling him out of the pocket, just doing anything to negate this pass rush, to give him some more time to make an accurate throw down the field.
Morgan, snap back. He'll hand it off to the right side, following the blocker, hit, breaks a tackle, and Auburn Davis is going to be taken down for a loss. They'll mark him back to the original line of scrimmage, back at the 7. That'll bring up 2nd and goal for the Raiders. Tried to create something out of one broken tackle and got hit and dropped at the 7 for no gain. 7:45 remaining here in the third quarter.
It looked like Easton Smith there just refused to let go and ended up dragging Reyes down to the field. But this was a huge set of downs right here. If they're able to force a field goal on this drive, anything to maintain this 2-possession lead.
Reyes offset to the right of Morgan. Near side hash mark, 3 receivers right, 1 left. Fake the handoff. Looking to throw, pressured. And Morgan's going to escape the pressure. There's a hold in the end zone. No flag, touchdown Rouse. The wide receiver had a good block. So good, the uniform got switched around for Georgetown. But Morgan caught the block into the end zone. Touchdown Rouse, and they've cut it 28-19. Rouse did what they had to do and to open up the second half. Took it right down the field on a 70-yard drive, and now having an extra point away from making it a 1-possession ball game. Zoka back to kick it. We'll get the extra point off, and it is up. and it is good. 7:22 remaining in the third quarter. Georgetown 28, Rouse 20. Georgetown Eagle football continues when we come back.
For an old-fashioned dining experience, visit Goldberger Diner on the square in Georgetown. When you walk into this 50-style diner, you'll be greeted with a smile and treated like family. Enjoy breakfast served anytime, or come for lunch or dinner and enjoy a great burger, chicken fried steak, old-fashioned liver and onions, or any of the great tasting food on our menu. Goldberger Diner is located at 109 West 7th Street in downtown Georgetown. Goldberger Diner, serving great food to great people.
Back here, Merkel backfield. Rouse, scoring drive summary, Holden.
That last drive, 11 plays, 70 yards, took 4 minutes, 37 seconds off the clock. And really, it was an excellent job by Rouse converting in the critical moments on third down, allowing the drive to continue. And right there, you saw the potential we were talking about with London Morgan, his ability to create, and he drives down the field for a touchdown.
Ryman Schneider kicks it. Pop-up kickoff, fielded at the 30, on the run, 35-40. Up past the 40 to the 43-yard line goes Weston Stewart. And Georgetown will take over for their first possession of the second half. 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line, 7:17 remaining here in the ball game, or in the third quarter. And Georgetown's offense has got to get back on track. They are down to an 8-point lead here over the Rouse Raiders.
The important thing is to not panic. There's no reason that they need to feel like they have to get out of their game plan. They still have that lead. They still can add to that lead on this drive. Everything's still right here for this offense. There's no reason to try to force anything. Just play within the playbook, play within the system that got them the lead in the first place.
2 receivers right, 2 left. Walker to the left of McDougal, far side hash mark. Now Regan Terosian moves to the left side of the line. Snap back to McDougal. Handed off Walker, right side. He's hit and stopped. 1-yard gain there for Jet Walker. Makes a 2nd and 9 now for the Georgetown Eagles. The clock runs under 7 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
This is going to be a drive that Georgetown's offense has to respond on. I did just mention, obviously, they don't have to feel like they need to get out of their playbook and force anything, but they do need to continue to respond because of how effective Rouse's offense can be. Georgetown's got some defensive stands, but that last drive looked very easy for that Rouse offense.
3 receivers left, 1 right. Snap back to McDougal. Wide receiver screen out. Westball. Catch made. Blockers ahead. 45-50 into Rouse territory down to the 45-yard line. That's enough for a borrow from Morrow first down. Nice job of running after the catch by Braylon Westfall, and a great job of blocking out on the near side by Terosian and McMadre. And Georgetown has their first down of the second half.
Yeah, Terosian out there got his guy and drove him backwards. That really sprung that screen to get that first down. Big shout out to the receiver blocking, which we've seen time and time again this season. They do it at such a high level.
Snap back. Walker, handoff left side, finds a hole up past the 40, 45. He'll be dropped inside the 45 down to the 32-yard, inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. A nice run by Jet Walker and another borrow for Morrow first down. Jet Walker, love to get him going, eat some clock, get some yards, and wear out this Raider defense. 5:55 remaining. 2 receivers right, 2 left. McDougal with Walker to his right. Make that Weston Stewart to his right. No, it's Walker. McDougal rolls right, throws on the roll. Catch incomplete, knocked out of the hands of number 81, Braden Bratton.
And that was a risky throw because the far side DB playing zone coverage saw it all the way, and instead of trying to attack the football, he went and attacked Bratton and forced the incompletion. But a dangerous throw, definitely could potentially have made the defender could have made a play on that football. Luckily, it's just incomplete, so Georgetown lives to fight another down here. But there's some sort. I wouldn't say there's a panic necessarily, but there's definitely seems to be an element of rushing by this pass attack right now.
2 receivers right, 1 left. 2 running backs in the backfield. Hand off. Zach Guyton, right side, breaks the hole up past the 25, down to about the 23-yard line. It's going to be just short of a first down. It's going to be 3rd and a yard for the Eagles now.
3rd down and 1.
Papa Constantino on. He's one of the fullbacks. So Guyton on the field for the Eagles. The Eagles kind of in a semi-huddle about 4 yards off the ball. 5:15 remaining as the clock continues to run, and now Walker right back in for Guyton. Eagles taking their time here. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Quickly break the huddle. Line up here. Direct snap, Jet Walker left side. He's going to be stopped. A loss of a yard back to the 24. The Raiders saw that play earlier in the ball game. This time they sniff it out and stop Walker for a 1-yard loss. And now a 4th and 2 from the 24-yard line of Rouse.
And somebody looks like it might have got a cramp on that far side.
That gives Georgetown just a little bit more time to think about this next play.
The good thing is they don't have to take a timeout and waste that to get a timeout and think about it before a big 4th down. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Holden's first half stats, the third quarter, and post-game wrap-up are brought to you by Graham & Sons Land and Cattle. Graham & Sons is a cow-calf operation here in Central Texas, growing calves, cotton, corn, and wheat for commercial customers. Austin Graham and his team of crazy cowboys and cowgirls produce some of the best tasting meat the first responder broadcasting team has ever eaten. Thank you, Graham & Sons, for your support of our broadcast of Georgetown Eagle Football.
Eagles back out of the injury timeout on 4th and 2 from the 24-yard line. McDougal in the backfield, snap back, hand it to Jet Walker, left side, follows the blocker, gets outside the numbers, drags the tackler, and he'll get up to the 20-yard line of the Raiders, and that's enough for a borrow for Morrow, 1st down. Right at the edge of the Graham & Sons Landon Cattle red zone. A big play there on 4th down, and the Eagle drive stays alive. 4:23 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
And on that run, he just broke 100 yards once again this season. Jet Walker, I mean, there's really no other player that you kind of expect to get the ball on that 4th down, and the defense knows that, and still the inability to stop Walker when he's got the football in his hands. It's just such a treat to watch.
3 running backs in the backfield, 2 running backs on either side of McDougal. Warren in the backfield. Now he'll empty out. Snap to McDougal, hand it to Walker, left side. Follows the blockers, up past the 15, 10, inside the 10-yard line, down to the 9-yard line, and up for another borrow from Morrow, 1st down.
I tell you what, guys, you need a 1st down, you give it to Jet.
Dave sounds like a broken record tonight. But you can't be, that's a broken record that we can play all week, all year. Give it to Jet. I tell you what, you may stop him here and there, but you're not going to stop him on every carry. He's such a talented running back. And a big carry there. 1st and goal for the Eagles at the 9-yard line of Rouse. 2 receivers, right, none left. Guyton to the left of McDougal. Walker to the right, snap back. Hand it to Walker, right side, breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Georgetown!
Guys, you know who the lead blocker was? Number 32 right there, Zachary Guyton.
Zach Guyton, the sophomore, doing the job, getting the block, and the touchdown by Jet Walker. Brings on Galaviz for the Oak Ridge Disciple House extra point attempt. 3:45 remaining here in the ball game. Georgetown trying to make it a 15-point lead again. McDougal to hold. Snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good. 3:45 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Georgetown leads it 35-20. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
First Downs are sponsored by Borrow from Morrow. Longtime supporter of our broadcast, Matt Morrow and his team are dedicated to providing the best mortgage experience possible. They do that by offering easy-to-use mortgage tools, including a handy mobile app, competitive rates, and assistance from experienced loan officers. Matt's loan officers understand local markets, have access to a wide variety of loan programs, and are ready to guide you through the process. Your family, your future, our focus. For your mortgage needs, remember Matt Morrow, Borrow from Morrow. For more information, visit borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS number 464148.
.45 left in the 3rd quarter. Back here, Merkel backfield. Hold it at Georgetown. Touchdown scoring drive summary.
That last one was 9 plays, 57 yards, took 3 minutes, 37 off the clock, and that is how you score a touchdown in the red zone. You give it to your superstar running back, Walker, and just let him power ahead into that touchdown. He's at 19 carries, 124, and the hat trick on the night.
Liam Capper to kick away the Syntex shirt and embroidery kickoff. High kick, fielded on a fair catch by, you know it, I don't even need to say it, Ike Reimenschneider. Couldn't he be the player that never plays? That one name. It's like always the most difficult name on a team is the kid that touches the ball almost every time.
Big
Reimenschneider.
Big Ike.
I like that, yeah. Big Ike.
And he's a senior. Or a junior, so it's going to be another year of this. Ike Reimenschneider. 3:45 remaining. Rouse takes over. 1st and 10 at their own 25. Down by 15 to your Georgetown Eagles. 35-20. Morgan brings the Raider offense back on the field. Middle of the field at the 25. 3 receivers left. Reyes, the running back to the left of Morgan. Snap back. Screen or little swing pass out to the left flat, and it's a negative play for the Raiders. Nice pursuit there. Cole Mitchell alongside Gavin Smith on the tackle. Should have been a loss of 1. It was back to the 24-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 11 now for the Raiders. 1 receiver right, 2 left. Reyes moves to the right side of Morgan. On the far side hash mark. Now a man in motion. Handed on a reverse. Kick out block, got it, and up past the 25 to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 4. That'll bring up 3rd and 7 now for the Raiders.
And these are the plays that last touchdown drive Rouse was able to find success on every time. And these are 3rd and obvious pass situations, so you'd think that pass rush is going to kind of, bend their ears back and just fly forward. And that might have been the issue that last drive. They were so aggressive, they, again, lost their ability to maintain control in the pocket, and they allowed Morgan to create outside of it.
Morgan in the backfield, in the middle of the field. On 3rd and 7 from the 27-yard line. Morgan drops back, pressured. Being chased by Gavin Smith, running for his life, throws, and it's caught up at the 37, past the 40, 45, up to midfield. Another broken assignment by this defensive backfield, and a big gain for the Raiders. 1st and 10 at midfield. 2:28 remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
Holden Stradamus there. Once again, the pass rush gets him, and he flushes out, and there's no one left to contain him in the pocket.
Georgetown not able to stay with these receivers when Morgan breaks free. Morgan, hand off, Reyes, counter run, and he breaks the tackle up past the 40 to the 35-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 36 of Georgetown. And that'll be another Raider 1st down. That counter draw to Reyes, and the over pursuit by Georgetown continues to get hurt on that backside run. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Morgan, far side hash mark, snap back, looks right, swing pass out the flat, out past the 35, breaks a tackle, and then pushed out of bounds. Mark him down at about the 31-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5, bring up 2nd and 5 for the Raiders. The clock goes under 2 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
And the clock isn't a super massive factor at this point, but for Georgetown defensively, you have to, in the back of your mind, at least to make Rouse earn themselves moving down the field. You can't allow them to get in these chunk plays and score quickly.
Snap back to Morgan, low snap, gets it. Pass down the middle of the field, and it's overthrown. He had split the defenders, the linebacker Cole Mitchell, and over the top was Jihad Abdenur, but unable to make the catch.
I think his eyes got wide open because he was so wide open.
And that's a throw that you're not going to see Morgan miss that often. He had a clean pocket that time, had an open receiver, just a little bit too far in front of them. And once again, another big 3rd down here, 3rd and 5.
Snap back to Morgan, nope. And the Eagles jump off sides. Free play here. Morgan scrambles right. He's got to throw on the run, throws it up towards the end zone, and it's hauled in. Touchdown Raiders. Between 3 defenders, Morgan has a chance and lays it up there. And it's caught by number 7, Peter Matias. They decline the offsides, and the Raiders punch it right back down the field for the touchdown. 35-26. Rouse trails by 9. A chance by Reisenheimer. Reisenschneider, whatever his name is. No, good. It's not him. It's Zoka for the extra point. Zoka lines up. Snap is back. The hold is down. The extra point is up. And the extra point is blocked again by the Eagles. Georgetown will fall on it. Rouse will fall on it. No matter who falls on it, the extra point is no good. And that's a big, another blocked extra point that makes it a two-possession ball game here with 1:33 remaining in the third quarter. A quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Instant replays are brought to you by J. Byron Custom Homes. J. Byron Custom Homes is an established home builder that is expanding into more areas of Central Texas, including Georgetown, Cedar Park, Leander, Marble Falls, and more. Whether it's a new custom home or a remodel of an existing home, J. Byron can meet and exceed your expectations. With over 50 years of building experience, J. Byron Homes will work hard to see that you have the house you want to call home. J. Byron Custom Homes, exceptional craftsmanship with a personal touch. For more information, visit our website at jbyronhomes.com.
Raiders scoring drive summary.
Last drive, 7 plays, 75 yards, 2 minutes, 12 seconds off the clock. Another touchdown, but no PAT. Like you mentioned, still a 9-point game, which might ultimately decide this thing because it is still a 2-possession lead for your Eagles.
Another kickoff here and a deep one. Kicked by the Raiders, and it'll go into the end zone and out the back. Kicked there by Ike Ryman Schneider. Out of bounds, out of the back of the end zone. Georgetown will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. 1:33 remaining here in the third quarter, and Georgetown leads it 35-26 over the Raiders. And so a slugfest here in the third quarter, Dave.
It's just interesting that it's the first kickoff that we've seen go out of the end zone. All of the kickoffs have been little dink and dunks.
They continue to draw us up and didn't have a man back there. Warren was about the 15, expecting the little shorter pooch kick towards the 30-yard line. And Ryman Schneider, my buddy, kicks it out of the back of the end zone. 1st and 10, Georgetown, 3 receivers right, 1 left. Walker to the right of McDougal, near side hash mark on 1st and 10. Now Tarosian in motion to the left side. Snap back to McDougal, turns, hands it to Walker left side. Splits 2 defenders, carries a couple of ball tacklers up to about the 29-yard line. Let's see where they spot him. It'll be to the 29, a gain of 4, bring up 2nd and 6 for Georgetown as the clock ticks. Under a minute, 15 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
And now with that 2-possession lead, closing it on the fourth quarter, Georgetown should, in my opinion, run some chew clock here. They want to take as much time as they can to shorten this game.
Walker in the backfield to the left of McDougal. A shifted formation here. 1 receiver right, 3 left. Snap back to McDougal. Fake the handoff. Pass out. Westfall has a blocker. Makes a man miss 30. 35. Shakes a couple more. And up past the 35 to about the 37-yard line. That'll be a borrow for Morrow first down.
I really enjoy watching Westfall after he gets the ball in his hands, and his shiftiness is so much fun to watch.
And that's really what we saw in those first couple drives, just getting the ball to your playmakers in space, letting him run with it.
And Westfall does a great job. He has 1 block on the outside by 1 receiver, but then does his job to make that 1 tackler miss, which springs him forward enough for a big first down. And Georgetown will reset the chains up to the 37-yard line. 25 seconds left here in the third quarter as the clock continues to run. This will probably be the last play of the quarter for Georgetown. Walker will empty out to the right, now come back left, gets the handoff, makes a man miss, makes a second man miss, runs over another defender, but they'll spot him out of bounds just before the 50-yard line at about the 47.5-yard line. That should be enough for another borrow for Morrow first down, but the clock stops. Georgetown will get one more play here. With 10 seconds remaining in the quarter, Zach Guyton will come on. Jet Walker will come off the field. A nice run there by Jet Walker.
And they've really worked Walker today. The only other carrier besides Walker has been Guyton, who's only had 1 touch in this football game. Jet Walker's got 21.
21 touches. Back into that game stamina for Walker after missing the first 2. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Snap back, hand it to Guyton. Up past midfield, makes a man miss, and then tries to get to the outside. Breaks the tackle. Up past the 45, gets a block from Warren. and into Raider territory down to about the 40-yard line. What a run by the sophomore, Zach Guyton, down to the 39 of Rouse. And that's how the third quarter will end, on a big run for a Georgetown borrow for borrow first down. We'll take a break with them. We come back. It's fourth quarter time here at Perkleback Field. Stay with us. First Responder Broadcasting brings you all things Eagle football, and it continues after this break.
Insurance, financial, and HR services are more valuable when they consider your specific needs. That's why Higginbotham Insurance Brokers works hard to understand your priorities so we can get you covered on day one and provide year-round value. From risk management and claims advocacy to benefit plan design and administration, the specialists of Higginbotham are here to turn your uncertainties into possibilities. Contact Jake Hubenak at 737-245-1303 or visit the website at higginbotham.com.
Out of the quarter break, we go to the fourth quarter. Georgetown leads it 35-26. It is a beautiful night here at Georgetown's Perkleback Field. Temperature manageable 72 degrees in the JCT Memorial Broadcast Booth. Brought to you by JMT's, Omar, Susie Tompkins, proud owners of JMT's and proud sponsors of First Responder Broadcasting and the Georgetown Eagles. First and 10 for the Eagles from the 39 of Rouse. Tarosian in motion. To the left side, stops on the right side of the line. Snap back, hand it to Guyton. He'll dance in the backfield, breaks the tackle, but here comes an onslaught of defenders, and Guyton's going to be taken down for a big loss. They'll mark him all the way back to the 47-yard line. Go north and south, young man. A big loss there, almost 10 yards on the loss. They'll give him 8 on the loss, 2nd and 18. And not the number you want there to start the fourth quarter, Holden.
No, it's not. And now this is a drive that Rouse has to stop. Has to stop the Eagles. They cannot allow a 2nd and 18 conversion at this point in the ballgame. Down 2 possessions at the start of this fourth quarter. They're going to have to find a way to get Georgetown off the field without scoring more points.
2nd and 18, 2 receivers left. One receiver right now as Tarosian goes from the right side to the left side. Snap back. Walker gets the handoff left side, runs over defender and back to the original line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up 3rd and 10 for Georgetown. Now as the clock ticks under 11 minutes remaining here in the ball game.
Up 2 scores here. I think Georgetown is still going to play this aggressively. So you go into this thinking potentially 2 plays to get 10 yards. So this third down philosophy, you're going to try to call a play that you think can get you at minimum 6, 7, 8 yards to make this a 4th and short rather than a potential 4th and long because you throw the ball well down the field. I think they're going to try to call a medium pass play here to allow their offense to continue operating in rhythm.
3 receivers right, 2 left. Empty backfield for Caleb McDougal. Middle of the field on 3rd and 10. Snap back, McDougal looks left, looks right, looks middle. Being pressured, has to scramble. Throws it up, gets rid of it, throws it out of bounds. And it'll bring up 4th and 10 for the Eagles.
And that was a great job at containing McDougal when he tried to go outside and create. The Rouse was able to meet him and cut him off with a good pursuit angle and force the throw away rather than letting him find the space outside to potentially create and make a play down the field.
The Eagles will make a few substitutions, and Rouse responds in kind. And with 10-18 remaining in the ball game, McDougal will drop back about 10 or 12 yards behind the line, stands about midfield. Snap back to McDougal, and he'll get the punt away. Short punt, it'll land at about the 5. Bounce, but Warren unable to get to it before it goes into the end zone for the touchback. So Rouse gets the stop to open up the fourth quarter with 10-10 remaining, and they'll take over. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line after the Georgetown punt. So now this Georgetown defense is going to be tasked with making a stop, something they haven't done here in the second half.
And how crucial is it to go back to that blocked PAT? The fact that this defense now has a 2-possession lead at their back rather than Rouse having a chance to potentially tie this football game on this possession. But still, like you mentioned, this Eagles defense has to rise to the occasion now. Rouse's offense has been on fire in the second half. They've got to make a stop here.
Morgan in the backfield, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Reyes to his left. Snap back, handed to Reyes, right side. He's going to be hit and dropped after a gain of about 3 up to the 23-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Raiders.
Defensively for the Eagles, I think that the bend don't break is going to be the mantra for this drive. And if Rouse is able to continue to make plays, they've got to at least try to make them slow down enough to where this game will end before they can get the ball back.
2nd and 7, snap back to Morgan, looks left, swing pass out in the left flat, spinning out of the way, and Jihad Abdenur will throw the defender out of bounds, but enough for a Raider first down up to the 31-yard line.
It's a good screen call there against the blitz to get the ball outside quickly. Only 2 defenders out there, and great job by Abdenur to get him out of bounds and prevent that from breaking into a bigger play.
1st and 10 for the Raiders from their own 31-yard line. Clock stopped on the play out of bounds at 9:39. Morgan, little pass on the end around, and it looked like the ball might have come out. Nope. He just fell forward with the ball up to about the 35-yard line. A gain of 4 brings up 2nd and 6 now for the Raiders. Clock continues to run under 9.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. 2nd and 6. Morgan has 2 receivers left. 2 receivers right. Reyes to his right side in the backfield. Snap back, fake the handoff, pass out, left flat, catch made at the 40, breaks the tackle, and then taken down at the 42-yard line by Cole Mitchell. And that'll be enough for another Rouse Raider first down.
Georgetown's got to find a way to get Rouse behind the chains. That's whenever they've been able to get them off the fields when they've had a negative play, be it a sack or just an incompletion. Right now, Rouse is getting easy conversions to allow themselves to become, to get themselves into easier situations on 2nd and medium, 3rd and short to convert.
Stacked receivers on both sides. Snap back to Morgan. It's low. Now a throw into the slot. Catch made up about the 48-yard line and then tackled there. They'll give him the 49. That'll be a gain. About 8 on the play, make it 7. Now they're going to back him up to the 48, so a gain of 6. 2nd and 4 for the Raiders.
And this is the type of drive that I was talking about where they're making Rouse at least earn it. They're not having the big plays. They're making them eat the clock to drive the length of the field.
Another person in the backfield. It's a direct snap, running back to the left side. Up past midfield. It's number 4, Auburn Davis again. They like to go to that direct snap to the running back, and he gets forward for another Rouse Raider first down. And that's the same, it's where Georgetown Rouse has picked up on Georgetown's direct snap to Walker in the backfield. Every time Auburn Davis goes in the backfield and Morgan leaves the game, he runs the ball, and Georgetown has not stopped him yet.
And it's tricky with those type of positions just because the defense has so much to guard.
Pass across the middle and a catch made. What a throw and what a catch by the Rouse Raiders. Number 4, Auburn Davis, quickly becoming the star of the game for these Raiders. Another first down into Georgetown territory at the 30-yard line. 7:40 remaining in the ball game. Snap back, Morgan looks, pressured, wide receiver screen, hit and dropped. Cole Mitchell read that one, a 2-yard loss by the senior linebacker, Cole Mitchell. He drops Alfredo Lopez for the 2-yard loss. It's 2nd and 12 now. And more importantly, this time continues to run. Approaching 7 minutes remaining in the ball game. Morgan, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Snap back, rolls right, throws on the run right, out in the flat. Catch made, breaks the tackle, but pushed out of bounds. Inside the 25. Oh, they're going to mark him out at the 26-yard line. Pushed out before the 25-yard line. So that'll make it a manageable 3rd and 6 now for the Raiders. 6:55 remaining. The clock continues to run.
And this has been the critical moments in these games. 3rd down, Rouse is 7 of 10 on conversions this season.
Second and 13 now. Lost back to the 19-yard line for the Raiders. Man in motion left. Snap back to Morgan. Pressured. He's pressured. Cole Mitchell almost had him. Morgan scrambles, throws it up, right side, catch made. Another opportunity for this Georgetown defense to get a stop, and they can't cover while Morgan scrambles to save his life.
3rd down.
I mean, and it should have been a 3rd and 25. That's got to be a sack, the defensive line. You just cannot let him escape. The clutch is right there. And not only that, but it also stopped the clock getting out of bounds at 5:32 in this 4th quarter.
3rd and 1 from the 7-yard line. Snap back to Morgan. He'll hand it off. Reyes forward to about the 5. And then drop back to the 6-yard line. They'll spot him at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for the Raiders. Clock stops while they set the chains. 5:27 remaining. The clock now running.
At this point, now 5 minutes, probably going to be about 5 minutes directly when they snap this football. If Georgetown's able to get a couple first downs, they could ice this game because they've made Rouse at least take a big chunk of this play clock on this drive right here. So if they're able to score, Georgetown's offense has got to be able to execute.
Morgan under center, turns, pitch left. Taken down at the 3-yard line. Nice tackle there by Johnny Decker to save the touchdown at the 2.
Big tackle makes up for that hold, but they've still got a bend, don't break right here.
The biggest thing is the clock continues to run. Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining.
Every play that Rouse is not able to get into the end zone, it's going to be another 35 seconds off this clock.
Morgan in the backfield, tight formation. Now he'll go up under center. And in motion, Morgan hands it Reyes up the middle. He'll be stopped. No gain. 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. 4:20 remaining as the clock continues to run.
Now, if it does come to it, Rouse can kick a field goal to make it a 1-possession game. But at this point, I think they might go 4 plays to get into this end zone to make it where a field goal would then win the game for them on an ensuing possession.
Rouse now, 3rd and goal from the 2. Morgan in the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Reyes to his right, snap back, make the handoff, pressure, throws it up, ball batted, incomplete! Was it Tennyson Dean or Cole Mitchell that got the batted ball? But it knocked it down, and now a tough call for Coach Joshua Mann. 4th and goal from the 2, 3:51 remaining, you're down by 9. Do you kick the field goal, get it to a 1-possession game and get a stop and try to score to win it? Or do you go for it, and if you don't get it here, Georgetown gets the ball back?
They're bringing on 85.
Ike Ryman Schneider. He'll go to the left end of the line. He is the tight end. Morgan moves men to the right side. No one to the left. Snap back, fake the handoff, throw into the end zone. Touchdown, Ryman Schneider. Jihad Abdennour let him go, and he is wide open. Touchdown, Raiders. 3:46 remaining, and they've cut it to a 3-point ball game, 35-32. Now you want another block field goal. Here's where you need it more than any. Keep it a 3-point ball game so a field goal doesn't beat you. Ryman Schneider to kick this one. Snap is back. The hold is down. The extra point is up, and it is good. 35-33. Georgetown by 2. Georgetown football continues in a moment.
The Golden Rule is located at 606 South Church Street in Georgetown. The Golden Rule offers an amazing menu and even better atmosphere. Enjoy a wide variety of menu items like Cantonese riblets, Texas fried quail, roasted beet salad, and elk double smash burger, and much, much more. Join us for Sunday brunch with a delicious selection of food and drinks. Give the menu a look at goldenrulegtx.com. The Golden Rule, above all else, goodwill, friendship, and kind regard.
Burkle backfield, Holden. There's something about the Raiders scoring again.
The Raiders did score again, and it took them 16 plays to go 80 yards at 6 minutes, 17 seconds off the clock. Now just 3:46 left in this 4th quarter. If Georgetown's able to put together some first downs, they can ice this thing on the field. But it's important to note, obviously, Rouse still has 3 timeouts, still has the 2-minute timeout. So if Georgetown's unable to get some first downs, this is absolutely still a ball game. Rouse touching the football. They've scored every time they've touched it in this second half. And we are in for a very, very exciting finish.
And, you know, I was talking to Coach Bond about them being 0-2, and he said they shouldn't be. They've played some close games.
And that is. Rouse is a good team. They played some tough competition. They lost to Cedar Park in a battle last week. They are a good team. Watch the onside kick here. Rouse's defense this half has done a good job. Give them a chance to get the ball back and close it out if they can get it. Ryman Schneider to kick it off. And this is a deep, low line drive. It'll go into the end zone for the touchback, and Georgetown will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. 3:46 remaining in the ball game.
The number one thing on this drive is Georgetown cannot inflict themselves with a penalty and get them behind the chains. They've got to remain disciplined. They've got to commit to running the football on this drive, like you were mentioning, Dave. I expect Jet Walker to touch the football every single play and continue churning out these first downs on the ground with running the football, which has really been very effective for them in this football game. They're averaging 6 yards a carry.
The Eagles lining up here on the sideline in the huddle. They'll break it straight to the field. They'll come out first and 10 at their own 25. Near side hash mark. Madre, the lone receiver, right. Warren, the lone receiver left. Warren, the lone receiver, right. Guyton and Walker in the backfield. T-Row in motion to the right side. Snap back, hand it to Walker. Follows the blockers up past the 25. Breaks a tackle and will fall forward to the 28-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3. Bring up 2nd and 7. Georgetown will take their time here. The clock ticks under 3:30. They don't have to snap it until about 2:58 left in the ball game.
So they would be able to use the 2-minute timeout on this set of downs if they're able to bleed enough of the clock. But again, that was when we're going to see Rouse start using these timeouts to preserve as much time as possible for a hopeful stop and then a game-winning drive for their offense.
Georgetown breaks the huddle. 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. 3:05 remaining in the game. Send Warren in motion. Snap back. Hand it. Walker right side. Finds a hole. Runs over 2 defenders. Enough for a borrow for Morrow first down up to the 37-yard line. Clock will stop till the chains are set. Now they run. 2 minutes, 50 seconds. Clock runs. The Eagles could burn it down to about 2 minutes and 10 seconds before they snap it again with first and 10 at their own 37. Nice run there by Jet Walker.
And so now at this point of the ball game, one more snap will take this game to the 2-minute timeout, the guaranteed timeout. And then after that, assuming Georgetown does not convert on this play, it would be 2nd and whatever, and Rouse would have 3 timeouts to get a stop.
McDougal will move up to the line, calls out the play. 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. Snap back, hand it off. Walker right side, cuts back, runs over a couple of defenders up past the 45-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 2. And Coach Joshua Mann's got to take a timeout with 2:06 remaining. That'll be his first timeout.
Would the clock have stopped at the 2-minute?
Yes.
Okay.
So he's using this one, and he'll have a backup timeout right behind it on a big 2nd down and 2 for the Eagles. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
For all the fly fishing, hunting, and outdoor enthusiasts, River and Ranch Provisions is your one-stop shop for the gear you need. River and Ranch offers a large selection of outdoors and hunting supplies. Cody, Brad, Sam, and Tim have put together a high-end outdoors outfitter with high-quality services to make everyone feel welcome and important, regardless of your experience level. Come see what we have to offer at 807 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown or visit our website at rrpgtx.com.
Here at Burkle backfield. The Eagles break out of the timeout. 2nd and 2 from their own 45-yard line. Rouse with 2 timeouts remaining in the 2-minute timeout. McDougal takes his time, sends T-Row in motion to the left. Snap back to McDougal. Hand it to Walker. Follow Guyton up the middle. Bounce it outside. Fall forward. First down, Georgetown. Up to the 48-yard line. Enough for a borrow for Morrow first down. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes remaining in the ballgame. Georgetown leads by 2, 35-33. We're back after this break.
Instant replays are brought to you by J. Byron Custom Homes. J. Byron Custom Homes is an established home builder that is expanding into more areas of Central Texas, including Georgetown, Cedar Park, Leander, Marble Falls, and more. Whether it's a new custom home or a remodel of an existing home, J. Byron can meet and exceed your expectations. With over 50 years of building experience, J. Byron Homes will work hard to see that you have the house you want to call home. J. Byron Custom Homes, exceptional craftsmanship with a personal touch. For more information, visit our website at jbyronhomes.com.
that's who brings us back from the timeout. That's Ty Griffin, oldest son of Chuck and Melanie Griffin, head coach, and his wife Melanie. Bringing us back with his music. We love listening to Royalty and his Christian rap music. It is some of my favorite. I tell you what, we love bringing it and highlighting him here on the broadcast. 2 minutes remaining in the ballgame. Georgetown 1st and 10 on the borrow for Morrow first down run. Now the Eagles, chance to run the timeout here in the ballgame. Warren in motion right side. Snap back, hand it to Walker. Walker right side, breaks a tackle. Off to run, runs over Warren. He just put a shoulder in the back of Xavier Warren. Gets up to the 40-yard line of the Raiders. And that'll make Coach Joshua Mann take his second time out. 1:53 remaining in the ballgame. Georgetown will have a borrow for Morrow first down when we come back. Stay with us. Eagle football continues in a moment.
JMT's provides customized apparel and promotional items to small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. Our services include screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Our game-changing direct-to-film printing allows JMT's to print full-color graphics on your garments. JMT's has the experience and confidence to take on any order. Visit the website at jmts.com or call us at 512-388-5555.
Last year was too much. Enemy within self. Whispers and rumors. Had to take him back for my health. Who's to blame for my problems? It's me and nobody else.
Back live, Burkle backfield. After the second timeout called by head coach Mann of Rouse, the Eagles have it. A borrow for Morrow first down at the 40 of Rouse. Warren empties out, handed off. Walker to the left side, cut back, 40. Runs over a defender and then tackled at about the 37-yard line to gain of 3, and that will be the last time out of the ballgame for the Rouse Raiders with 1:46 remaining. Georgetown will have a 2nd and 7 when we come back. Timeout again here on the SHN Sports Network. Stay with us.
The Golden Rule is located at 606 South Church Street in Georgetown. The Golden Rule offers an amazing menu and even better atmosphere. Enjoy a wide variety of menu items like Cantonese riblets, Texas fried quail, roasted beet salad, an elk double smash burger, and much, much more. Join us for Sunday brunch with a delicious selection of food and drinks. Give the menu a look at goldenrulegtx.com. The Golden Rule, above all else, goodwill, friendship, and kind regard.
Back out of the 72nd timeout of the fourth quarter. We bring you back with 1:46 remaining. Georgetown leads it by 2. Just seems like a lot of timeouts because it's crunch time. Georgetown has it 2nd and 7 from the Rouse 37-yard line. McDougal surrounded by running backs. Warren in motion. Handed off. Jet Warren right side. And up past the 35 to about the 34-yard line. And that'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Eagles. But the clock will run under 1 minute remaining when the Eagles have to snap it on 3rd and 4.
And because Georgetown has 3 timeouts, they can actually bleed this to 1 second and then timeout. So you get the maximum amount of clock they can get off pre-snap and use those timeouts to do that.
That looks like that's what's going to happen because the coaches are out on the edge of the field.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the offense is really lining up for a play. Like you just mentioned, Dave, I think they might be, at least maybe they're going to try to draw them off sides to get a free first down to win the game. But, yeah, I agree. I don't think they're going to run a play here.
8 seconds on the play clock as it continues to count down. 3rd and 4 from the 34. Snap back to McDougal. Hand it to Walker. Up the middle. He spins out of a tackle. First down! Georgetown's going to run the clock out and win it by 2. 35-33. Behind the powerful running game of Jet Walker and teammates. Tell you what, Zach Guyton, some big touches tonight. But the Georgetown Eagles relied on the big dog, Jet Walker, and he performed. In case you're wondering, Wednesday night, Coach's Show, Camp Brightside. I think you can guess who we're going to talk to. I think his name begins with Jet and ends with Walker. Victory formation, McDougal takes the snap, backs up a yard, takes a knee, and the ball game is over. Georgetown holds on to win it 35-33. We thought it could be a back-and-forth ball game against a very good Rouse team that now sits unbelievably at 2-4 on the season and 0-3 in district play. Your Georgetown Eagles now at 5-1 overall, and they are 3-0 in district play. Let's take a quick timeout. We come back. It'll be time to wrap it up live for Burkle Backfield. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Struggling with addiction or know someone who is? There's light at the end of the tunnel, and it shines bright at the Oak Ridge Disciple House. As a 501c3 Christian ministry, they are dedicated to helping men aged 18 and older rebuild their lives free from the chains of drug and alcohol addiction. Be reminded, there's always hope, always a new beginning. Discover your fresh start with the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Proud supporters of Georgetown Eagle Football, because just like the Eagles, the fight at Oak Ridge never dies. Find out more at oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
For an old-fashioned dining experience, visit Goldberger Diner on the square in Georgetown. When you walk into this 50-style diner, you'll be greeted with a smile and treated like family. Enjoy breakfast served anytime, or come for lunch or dinner and enjoy a great burger, chicken fried steak, old-fashioned liver and onions, or any of the great tasting food on our menu. Goldberger Diner is located at 109 West 7th Street in downtown Georgetown. Goldberger Diner, serving great food to great people.
Mics are hot. Back live to Dave on the field with Coach Chuck Griffin.
Coach, what a game. 3-0. You know, I saw you take a big sigh of relief to get this game done. Lots of ups and downs. Wow. What are your thoughts?
Man, I'm super proud of our kids. Man, they did a great job. And, man, praise the Lord, they're great kids, and it's a great place to be. And man, I love football.
You just love, dancing with the one who brung you, that big O-line.
Yeah.
Jet Walker, the running backs, so many talented players. And then the defense getting the ball back when it mattered.
Yeah, man, defense did a great job getting the ball back when we needed it. And our offensive line doing a tremendous job. And started the night out throwing the ball over the park and finished running the football. And so really proud all the way around. And, man, blocking 2 kicks. On our Adrian Provo blocking 2 kicks, that's huge. That's the difference in the football game right there. So just proud of our guys.
Congratulations, Coach. Enjoy this one.
Thank you.
Guys.
We just talked about it during the commercial break up here, Dave. 2 blocked extra points, and you win by 2 over the Rouse Raiders. A great performance by Adrian Provo, and hats off to him. That's obviously your Code Blue game changer right there. Big plays by the big kid, the 6'6" defensive lineman in Adrian Provo, and what a job by Jet Walker. Holden, I don't know what to call you because you've upset me tonight so many times. I don't really know. What is Jet Walker's numbers tonight? You go and rely on the big dog, and he performs again. What does that look like tonight for Jet?
Yeah, he was, the best player on the football field on both sides. He had 30 carries, 192, and 3 touchdowns, 6.4 average, as long as just 22. But still, he was able to just manhandle some multiple defenders for Rouse. And like Dave mentioned, they ultimately relied on him to ice the game at the end and get the first downs when they needed them to seal the deal.
And he is scarred up. He looks like he went to the tattoo parlor. His arms are tore up.
We talked back earlier in the season, game 1, when he came out early in the night, didn't play in game 2, and then he said and made some pushed himself in the week preparing for Copper's Cove, and he said, "I'm back. I'm going to play, and I'm going to be a part of this team. I can help us win." And what a job this young man has done to get himself ready and to get himself in game shape. And right there, we saw 4 quarters of Jet Walker and how big that was for Georgetown. That got him a win and got him to 3-0 in district play. Dave, your final thoughts on this game?
It just feels like a playoff win, guys. This one was big. We were 2-0. We needed to go 3-0. Rouse, they really needed a district win. It's just, you're holding your breath there at the end, and I saw Coach take a huge sigh of relief there at the very end. This was a big win for our Eagles.
Yeah, like you mentioned, I think in particular it's so important looking ahead to next week now against Eastview. Depending on their result tonight against Cedar Park, I'm not sure how they fared, but either way, that could have potentially be an undefeated matchup or a one-loss matchup for Eastview. But if Georgetown were to drop this game and then potentially lose next week at Eastview, which is going to be a tough rivalry matchup, quickly they could find themselves slipping in the standings a bit. So this was a monumental win for this Eagle team against a very tough Rouse team that's got so much talent, and they just haven't been able to find these wins. That's what we were talking about, their record being a little deceiving. They're 2-4, but they've been in most of the games they've been in because of how much talented they are. They make plays when they need to. They just couldn't come up with the stops when they had to.
In the fourth quarter, Eastview leads Cedar Park 35-31.
Wow.
So that game has been back and forth all night. Eastview trailed by 3 at half. They now lead by 4 in the fourth quarter at Cedar Park over at Gupton Stadium. So that one is a bruiser as well. It should lead up to a great matchup next Friday night back here at Birkelback Field.
If you haven't got your tickets, get them now because this place is going to be crowded.
Next week, Georgetown will play the Eastview Patriots. Georgetown will be the visitors on the far side of the stadium. And Eastview, the home team in this Battle of the San Gabriel and the Crosstown Classic. And it should be one of the best ones we've ever seen between these two schools. The Eagles win it tonight, 35-33 over the Rouse Raiders to improve to 5-1 on the year and 3-0 in district play. Tuesday night, come into Georgetown High School, a big volleyball matchup. It'll be the Lady Eagles trying to stay undefeated in district play, alone at first place in district, to take on the Hendrickson Hawks. It is a formidable opponent that does not like Georgetown. It should be another good one. Georgetown won at Hendrickson earlier in the year, 3-2. They return to Georgetown on Tuesday night. Then Wednesday night, we'll be live at Camp Brightside for the coaches show. I think we can go ahead and preview it. Jet Walker, Adrian Provo will probably be the two guests on the coaches show on Wednesday night. And, of course, Coach Chuck Griffin will talk all things Eagle football with us live on the SHN Sports YouTube channel. And then next week, hopefully Kelly will be back with us here in Birkelback Field, and he will help bring us this call of the Eagles and the Patriots. Thanks for joining us tonight. For Doppler Dave on the field, for Holden Tuma up here messing around in the press box all night. I tell you what, we're blessed to have him, though. Hey, look out for week number 6 this week, Holden.
Can't wait.
Is it week 6 of the G-Town Breakdown?
Week 6 coming up.
Week
yes,
6
sir.
will be week 6 will be out this week. If you hadn't had a chance, go to the YouTube channel, Holden's G-Town Breakdown, each and every week. It's an opportunity to see the inside numbers on the games and the breakdown of Georgetown football. To our awesome – hey, Dave, mute your mic. Come on, man. You're killing me. Good night.
my daughter.
I tell you what. You get engaged, and then you tear me up here. Hey, congrats to you.
Jinxed us because at one point I gave her a thumbs up, like I felt like we were good, and she's like, no.
But we got to thank our videographers, Heath and Jalissa, make it happen behind the cameras, and to our producer, my wife, Jerry Ann. Thanks so much. Thanks for joining us live here. Georgetown wins it 35-33. Remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. Have a good night, everybody.